Hi everybody, and welcome to another very special Hobby Titans. I'm here with Kat. Kat, how's it going?
Great.
We have some fun stuff we're doing today. She's going to be showing off painting a Squig. Mm-hmm. Is this your first Squig?
It is.
Okay. That's like, is that like a rite of passage? I don't even know. I asked that imagining that it kind of is.
Yeah, I debated on like painting one before and just like trying to come up with it, but I thought maybe people would be interested in seeing my chaotic process.
I like it.
Okay.
And I like it a lot, so much so that I'm also going to be doing a kind of on-the-spot chaotic process.
Nice.
Also for Age of Sigmar. As Sigmar fans know and as Titans fans know, well, we've been doing some Sigmar here at the studio. And also worth pointing out that we all know, because the Sigmar team at GW has teased Daughters of Cain coming out soon.
Yeah.
So this is an army I've picked up and I have everything assembled. I was going to paint them up either way. It's a cool army to me. It's actually kind of my childhood army. I had the Dark Elves.
Nice.
I think they're called Dark Elves, right?
I'm the wrong person to ask.
I had those like forever ago. And so, you know, I said, hey, this is a childhood army. Let's do it. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so what I'm working on is actually bases. So I really haven't figured out their bases. I just know they're going to be kind of wacky. And that's the plan today. So we're going to get into it. Can we see where you're at already?
Yeah,
okay.
Sure.
I'm going to hit, so folks at home, Hobby Titans fans, we are back with two people here, and we have a updated computer situation, but still not back to 100%.
Yep.
And the updated computer situation is, we just have this view, and here we go, this view.
One.
Okay,
yeah.
So talk to us where you're at.
So, this guy is built and primed. He's actually, I just shoved this face on here, but his face isn't actually glued on here because I wanted to be able to paint the inside of his mouth, but also just the way that this guy slots on top. There's like a little nub here. So I didn't want to like glue anything together that I wouldn't be able to like take back apart. But right now it's just Zenithal primed. And then...
So talk to us about what that means, because there's a reason you did it this way that we're going to get into, but talk about like, because you didn't just prime this black, obviously. What did you then do after? I thought this was kind of interesting.
Yeah, so I primed it black, and then I took a white ink, the titanium white ink from AK, and I sprayed it on top. I did a little bit heavier of a Zenithal prime than what you would normally do. Mostly just because I knew I was going to be working with like super light colors because as mentioned last stream, I really want to do some cute hammer stuff.
Yeah. I'm excited for this.
So I have like all pastel blue, pastel pink, and pastel purples here. And because I'm working with lighter colors, they don't go like very nicely on top of black. So I did a little bit heavier of a Zenithal, which really is just a spraying white or like a lighter color on top of a darker color. From one angle.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess what some people are going to ask, and I think you kind of just answered this, is why not just prime white?
Well, I always prime everything like in a Zenithal fashion, mostly just because it helps pick out details for me personally.
To see while you're working on it.
Yeah, and anything that is caught by the white or just lighter, because it doesn't always have to be black and white. It could just be like a darker, lighter. Anything that's caught by the lighter color is usually what would just be a lighter color anyway. And so that helps me out a lot. This is also great if you're going to be painting with like inks and stuff, as I know you've done before.
Yeah. Doing the white over top. Now, we also kind of did an interesting test because I happened to pick up this paint today, the titanium white ink, because I've been, you know, whenever I go to a store, if it's in stock and I see some of the AK inks, I've been kind of expanding my collection. And so what I did is I bought purple, which I already had. I knew that might happen, and it did, but that's okay. We'll see why in a second. That's okay. I bought, I think, the red one, penetrating red.
Okay.
Right, and I got the white
one. Yeah.
And when we got home here to the studio, not home, I don't live here, guys. I don't live here.
There's a couch.
There's a couch.
You never know.
I don't live here, guys. So, when we got back to the studio, I compared it to what is it called? The stuff I like, the Minotaur, Skull, Snow White.
Yeah.
Because you actually kind of use it, the way you were describing how you use it is how I use that.
Yeah.
And we compared it. It's very similar, actually.
Inconsistency.
So your cat's very skeptical.
Much easier to clean out of an airbrush, in my opinion.
And what's so interesting is I've also, but last week I was talking to you about White Scar a little bit, and I was saying how I love all the GW air paints, but White Scar is not. I'm not a big fan of White Scar. There's something up with it.
Yeah.
So I, honestly knowing like what white paints you're going to want to like keep in stock is like, that's a big thing actually, right?
Yeah.
Like what are the whites you're going to be using?
Yeah, and similar to, I think like white and black, right? Because like there's just so many different whites out there. There's so many different blacks out there, and knowing like what you like, I think is really important. Usually when people come up and ask me like, okay, well, I'm just starting off with painting. What do I like need?
Right.
And I'm like, well, first of all, you need the colors of whatever it is you're going to be painting, but get a good white and get a good black.
Yep.
And what that is to you is going to vary, right? Like, I have my recommendations, but I'm not going to say like this is the best one for hobbying in general, because sometimes you want like almost like a gray black, sometimes you want a shiny black. It just kind of depends on what you're going for, but we all have our favorites that we tend to reach for all the time.
Well, I have to say that I'm kind of into the titanium white ink. Seeing you use it, seeing the consistency, seeing it close to the ones I like already.
Seeing how easy it was to clean out of an airbrush.
I don't really have this problem, honestly, and I think it's largely, okay, so when I have this problem, it's kind of funny. She's not wrong, and for me, I kind of, when it's sticky to the outside of my airbrush, like if any of it gets on the outside of my airbrush, that's when I feel like it's like kind of sticky, and I'm like, what? Yeah, it's the only paint that does that. You're not wrong. But I haven't had, like, other than that, it doesn't get in my airbrush. Like, I'm cleaning, right? I'm, like, running water.
As you're going,
So I get your point. It is a little unique in that context, but, like, that's not a problem. For me, when I was painting it, using it with the White Scar, compared to the White Scar, it was somewhat obvious that I don't know if this is true or not, but whatever was making it sticky like that was what I felt like helped give it better coverage than the White Scar.
Oh, like the binding aspect
Some kind of component
of
it, like was something that I actually enjoyed, and it's still it's I've been doing a project recently that I'll be showing you guys in a few weeks that uses where I use the hairspray technique for chipping effects.
Chipping, yeah.
And it still came off there, so it wasn't like that intense, but I get your skepticism.
Yeah, and I think that just kind of proves my point of like you have your favorite white, I have mine.
Yeah.
Neither one of us is right or wrong. I think we're just different painters.
That's not what you're thinking, right? I mean, that's what you're saying, but I know that's not what you're thinking. You're thinking neither one of us is right or wrong. It just happens that one of us is more right and one of us is more wrong.
One of us is,
one of us is. Look, one of us is wrong.
One of us is one of us, right?
One of us is one of us. That is definitely something we could say. Now, as we go on, I'm going to start going on these, and I'll kind of talk to you guys about what I'm doing as well. And every now and then, I'll pass it over to Cat Cam here. We should have put like your little face down the corner and a little thing that said like Cat Cam.
Oh, okay.
Maybe next time. sounds like something that's going to be happening soon. So I am when I make bases for armies, as some peeps know, I don't like black rims. So no black rims for my daughters.
Why? Do you think it's just like generic?
I do. I think that it's just this opportunity to make your army yours.
Okay.
And to just like make a statement with your army. The base is just like such an important part of an army, I think. Like it's a huge part of an army.
Yeah, but the rims?
The rims are part of it too. Like
Okay.
I love to make a statement with my bases. I love to have them be in some kind of world that's like very unique or interesting, and I want the base to be part of that.
Okay.
So I, for my daughters, the base color and the base and the rim color, and then the base of the bases is going to be this Phoenician purple, which is like a dark purple.
So, okay, now my question, right, is now that I'm getting into what would be considered a larger army game, would all of your bases be the same color, or would that be determined on like different squads in your army?
For me, and I think most people would tell you, although it doesn't mean they're right, that yes, they would all be the same color.
Okay.
For this army, right? Then when I do another army, it'll of course
be a different color. Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I like to make a statement with my bases, and I acquired some interesting components. I've been acquiring components for the Daughters of Cain bases here for a couple months now. I'm excited to get going on them. I was peeps you at home. You may have heard me mention that I was going to be doing Bone Reapers first and then Daughters, but I think I have to do it the other way around because, like I said, the Sigmar team has teased the Daughters coming out somewhat in spring. And it's like officially spring in a few days, folks.
Right.
Now, what that means, I love the GW release date, spring. That could mean a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I would prefer like Q2 of whatever year. That'd be great because then I get like a 3-month period. Instead of being like, well, is it warm outside?
Yeah, checking the weather to see. Games Workshop, they go out and check the weather, and they're like, oh, they're in like Nottingham, so it's not like
they have
Santa
a bunch
Clara
of groundhogs outside, and
Right.
then they're like, well, did this one see its shadow? Okay, release this
I'm
one.
actually surprised you know that. I feel like a lot of West Coast people don't know that.
About Groundhog Day?
Or like, just like don't know, yeah, like, is that not fair?
Oh, I don't know. I feel like maybe it's like an age thing. Do you think? No.
How would that?
I don't know.
Are you?
I'm secretly 60.
Yeah, I was like, I'm trying to like, wait, you're like 10 years younger than me, I think. So have people aged back into Groundhog's Day? Is Groundhog's Day hip with younger people, Kat?
Maybe, I don't know. I think because 90s fashion is coming back, maybe Groundhog's Day is coming back.
Groundhog's Day is coming back. Yeah, well, I'm actually from Pennsylvania where that happens. And
where the groundhogs come out and they do or they do not see their shadows.
Yeah. And the town, which actually most people probably know from the movie Groundhog's Day, is on the other side of the state. So I don't know why I told you guys this. I'm not even close to that part of Pennsylvania. It's like a whole nother world out there. We do have a couple super chats that I think we should get into. Least we continue to keep talking about Groundhog's Day. Yeah, I'm closer to Philly, sushi man daddy, than I am. Punxsutawney's actually, I think, very close, if I'm correct, to out Western PA, which is like, you might as well be from Ohio at that point. Thank you, Teo Q. Hi guys, unfortunately cannot watch live, but I have a hobby question for you. This is a good one. Planning to build a steampunk carnival-themed Harlequin army. Any ideas for paint scheme and or kits for bits? Kits for bits.
Kits for bits.
You know who Harlequins are.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? What comes to mind?
Anything like circus themed that comes to mind, because I was never really like a, I guess, traditional circus kid. I really love...
Okay, let's see where this is going. Wait.
I really love Cirque du Soleil.
Okay.
Over like clowns, if that makes sense.
When you said I wasn't a traditional circus kid, I was wondering what that meant, and I was like, it seems like it could only get worse from here.
Right, but it didn't, so it's okay. I was more so into Cirque du Soleil than anything else, as far as like shows and stuff go. So when I hear circus, I always think of that, and so to me, I would
think
suggest,
of Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah, but because I have so many different shows,
yeah,
and they all have their different themes, my suggestion would be to like maybe look up an actual circus show.
This is a good idea.
And pick a color scheme based off of that.
This is a really good idea. And actually, all jokes aside, I like this idea because the traditional circus really does kind of like, when we think of that, where it's like red and white and like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You got Greatest Show on Earth or something.
Yeah, but if you think Cirque du Soleil and you like pick a particular show that they have, you know, you're going to get like an amazing color palette out of that, right? I totally agree with that. That's a great point. Here in the Bay Area, famously, you know, the one we get advertised, like in the Bay Area, there's this joke where you can't like go anywhere without seeing a Shen Yun poster. So we just like constantly see Shen Yun posters everywhere. And that show, it's similar, right? And it changes every year. They like tell a different story and the color palette kind of changes.
Yeah, it's not a circus, but yes, it's got like a different. Yeah. It's got like a really vibrant color palette every year, right?
It's whether you see it or not, every person in the Bay Area knows.
Yes, it's everywhere.
Color palette.
It's
this
everywhere.
year it is. Is it green this? It's green this year.
Yes. Yeah, it's like a light jade green or something.
There's there's this Bay Area memes Reddit, and it's like the Martian rover, like when the rover landed on Mars, like the only thing on Mars was a billboard with the Shane
or the Shane Company ad or something.
Yeah. So I think this is a great idea that she has, which is like finding a show like a circus, Cirque du Soleil, Shen Yun, something like anything like that. There's the horse one that comes to the town too. I forget.
Ooh, no. Now I'm just thinking of Daniel Radcliffe.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Yes. Yeah. No, and I went to go see that too when I was a wee lad. So
you are thinking of Daniel Radcliffe. You're not kidding.
That would be my suggestion.
I like
right?
this. Yeah.
Yeah. Like find an actual show, and then base your color palette off of that. Right. I'm more into like bright colors. When I think of like circus stuff, I think of bright colors, but like that's not always the case. You know, it depends on what circus you're thinking of. Yeah.
Now, here's what I will say. Teo Q, I will say this. If you are like, well, I want to do traditional circus, I've offered this paint scheme up or suggested this paint scheme for Harlequins before. I think you, I don't know if you're American or not. Red and yellow, strongly in the U.S. we associate with McDonald's, sadly, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Right? I think the color combination, if you want to do traditional circus, I think I would, if I was going to do this with Harlequins, I'd leave red out and I would do white, yellow, and I would do maybe like a light blue or a turquoise. That's what I would probably do. And then like some grays and some blacks in there, or on like incidental items like their shuriken pistols and stuff like that. Any of their weapons. I would stay away from combining white, yellow, and red. In most circumstances, for most paint things, I think I would stay away from combining those colors.
Yeah, I think red and yellow will always sort of read as McDonald's.
Or just like how a 4-year-old boy is gonna dress to go like playing the park, right? Like
yeah, and like white and blue to me always seems like train conductor-y. So honestly, I think my best advice would just be to look up a show and find a paint scheme from that you like.
Yeah.
That would be my best thing. I don't know if you wanted like actual specific colors, but I'm always like hesitant to say that unless you are already leaning in a certain direction. Then I can help you find like complementary colors.
Yeah.
Or colors that would pop from that. But if you're just looking for an entire scheme,
you don't like just saying like, boom, that.
Yeah, because I'll probably say the same thing over and over and over again. What's a cool color scheme? Black, red, and gold. You
just always pick that.
Yeah, like to me
that's it.
That's a really cool color scheme to me.
That is the color scheme.
Yeah. It's the only color scheme that exists.
I always just tell people to paint things nautically.
Whatever
that even. I don't even think I know what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah, just nautical paint it. Just make it nautical, folks. Okay, well, let's check in with you, Kat. Oh, can we get the hand trick? Or there we go, that trick. The moving things trick?
Yeah.
Okay, talk to us about what's going on. I mean, you're painting pink, but there's more. There's so much more going on, right?
Oh, not really. No,
No,
I'm just trying to get like an even pink coat. I'm using like a pretty thinned out color, so I'm trying also not to make it pool in all the little crevices and bits and stuff. But yeah, I'm just putting an even pink base onto it, and this is intense pink from AK.
Yeah, it looks like you're gearing up to like get ready for Easter egg over there. Easter eggs.
I was a little
like
concerned.
Real Easter eggs.
Yeah, I was a little concerned that painting like a pastel squig army would just make it look sort of Eastery, but
Not if there's anything wrong with that, by the way.
yeah, that's not what I'm going for though. So if that ends up happening, I'll probably throw in some like intense blacks and make it almost look kind of like pastel gothy.
Well, pastel black, is that what you just said?
Pastel goth. Yeah, no, like I was joking around earlier today of like, I'm just gonna go for full pastels. That's why I'm wearing a pastel shirt. My jacket is pastel. I have pastel black nails.
Which is actually, I found out, I didn't know this, guys. I found out pastel black means, it actually means, what does it mean? It means
Gray?
Gray. It means gray. And I didn't actually know that. And now we know. So I have a question for you then. Have you thought about, well, I guess one area you could do that would be the goblin robes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be it. I wonder, would that look good? They'd like, it'd kind of pop.
If they're like sort of goth goblins.
Well, that's normal. Like traditionally, they have black robes, right?
Right.
But not that you have to do that. But would that look good against the pastel squigs? Do you think?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it would look interesting.
Yeah,
I think it would look super cool. Yeah.
So, my number one concern is them coming out looking like they're Easter eggs. If that ends up happening, hopefully the fact that like I'm making like any metal bits gold would take away from the Easter look. And then if it still continues down that path, maybe I'll lean into it, maybe I won't. I guess we'll see how that goes.
Now, what are you going to do if one day you decide to add, I actually found out he's referred to as Crag Bro, not Crag Nos. What are you going to do if you add Crag Bro to your army? You going to paint him?
Pastel? Yeah, 100%. Pastel. I would resculpt his face. Because it's not great. Not a big fan of his face.
Yeah.
So, that would be a thing.
Kat, remember right before the stream when I realized that I used a battery on the close-up camera?
Yep.
And I was like, oh, I got to put a power cable. I've also now just realized, guess what? I just realized that the front cam
it's also a
battery.
Now it has also died.
Yeah, yes. I can fix it. It's a pretty easy fix.
Yeah.
But we're going to watch what Kat's doing for a while. So please provide the people at home. Please provide the people at home with what they've come to see.
Yeah.
Pastel squig painting.
Yeah.
While I switch this battery out.
Really quick.
We also do have another super chat from Noah. Noah, big supporter of the show. Thank you so much. Evening Titans, posted my Tide Wall on the Hobby Titans Discord. I did see this, Noah. Really loving the airbrush. Any tips for thinning, mixing paints? Stay creative. All squigs are red. Uh-oh. Well, pink is a derivative of red. Is that not?
Pink is just a lightish red. And anybody who watched Red versus Blue a long time ago would understand that joke.
It's like the Halo thing, right?
Yeah, the Halo thing. Yeah. So yeah, pink is just a lightish red. It's fine. It works. But my tip for mixing paints is if you're the type of person who wants a formula, count your drops, count how many drops you put in. But anytime you're mixing a lighter color into a darker color, do the opposite of that and actually mix the darker color into your lighter color. It's easier to control that way.
I know I do that on my wet palette, typically, right?
Yeah.
Kind of bring the...
You bring the dark into the light rather than the other way around, because you can control it a little bit better, and also you get more of a change that way.
Yeah.
And same thing with painting. You can always add. It's really hard to take away. So just go a little bit at a time. As far as like thinning paints go, most of the time I just use water. If you have a wet palette, it's great at keeping them thin, but don't just use the water on the wet palette to be like, no, I thin my paints. Like, just add a little bit more. But if you find that your paints are breaking apart, then my favorite thinner is the Transpirator from Ammo. I've talked about it a lot, but it's essentially really what it is.
Wait, is that company called MIG or Ammo? It's called Ammo MIG?
Ammo by MIG.
Okay.
Is the guy's name.
Okay.
Yeah. Or I want to say it's like Miguel or something.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, but the company itself is Ammo by MIG.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, so essentially what it is, it's
now,
just...
do you use that, sorry, I'm sorry, do you use that for airbrushing? You mix your airbrush? Okay. I actually haven't done that.
Yeah, I find that it keeps your paints from splitting apart, no matter how you're using it. Like if you're using it to glaze or whatever, if you're using it as an airbrush thinner. But I would also mix in water as well too, because it's not going to make your paints thinner. It just makes it so that they don't split apart when you're spraying it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I always look, Noah, I always look for paints that don't need to be thin. That's my favorite. I find that, I've said this before, I find that many paints don't need to be thinned through the Badger. I just poured Phoenician purple into my Badger Patriot, and that's it. That is a brand new bottle. Just bought it. Well, actually, I didn't just buy it today. I don't know when I bought it, but a few months back, and it's totally fine through the Badger. Citadel Air is pretty good for that. I've yet to find a Citadel Air that I don't need to, or that I do need to thin to go through the Patriot. There are we've talked about this before, tans, creams, I find can be kind of the most troublesome. And to put them through the Sotar, sometimes even the Citadel, I do have to thin. I use I have like the MIG one here. I have the AK one here. I haven't really, I'm not sure I've established like a favorite thinner. I use the stuff you're talking about, but I've actually not used it
through an airbrush. Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. So I always use like a ratio of water plus the Transpirator. But the Transpirator, if you can't find it, an acrylic medium is very similar as well too. Lamy and medium works as well.
That's the Citadel one.
Yeah, that's the Citadel one.
It's just not like super cost efficient.
Yeah.
I guess they sell it in a little bit of a bigger thing now, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you're looking for cost efficiency, then I would just stay away from
this hobby.
Yeah, well,
the entire hobby.
Yeah.
Maybe stamps.
I saw this meme the other day. I should probably share it with you, but it was like a funny thing. It was like, take me somewhere expensive, and it was like a Games Workshop store.
Yeah.
And it was really funny. But yeah, if you are a big GW fan of of their paints and stuff, their Lamy medium works as well too. I just use a ratio of water and that because I find just thinning it with that tends to make your paints sort of like milky in a way, if that makes any sense.
Which under some circumstances could be what you want, but probably not through an airbrush.
Right. Yeah. So water thins it like consistency wise. Acrylic medium makes it so that it doesn't split apart as you are brushing it on. And you'll find that this has a lot to do with surface tension. Water is a solvent, for getting down into like the science bit of Hobby Titans here.
Science with Cat.
Yeah. Water is a solvent, so it will essentially destroy your surface tension. What you are trying to do when you're thinning your paints is reduce your surface tension, but you don't want to break it entirely, which is why you add a medium and stuff. And yes, I will 100% be at Adepticon next week.
If anyone is going to Adepticon, nobody from Titan Studio is going except for Kat. So, and you'll be where?
I am actually taking classes because that was one of my one of my like hobby goals of this year.
To take classes.
Is to take classes. So I have a couple classes. Most of the time though, if I'm not in those classes, I will be probably either in the dealer's hall buying things that I probably shouldn't buy, or just hanging out in like the artist area. There's a section of Adepticon. It's right underneath the escalator to go up to the second floor. That's where all the hobby classes are, and that's also where there's like a super long table where everyone is like hanging out and hobbying and stuff. I'll most likely be there if I'm not in the dealer's hall. But yeah, feel free to say hi and I don't know, say hi.
Say hi.
Yeah.
Fun. You can see her competition piece up close, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
The bar at the
Yeah,
time.
the Resin Beast competition, if it's the same way that Creature Caster did it in 2019, all of their entries will be at their booth. So, yeah. Oh, maybe you'll recognize it. I don't know. It's going to change pretty drastically since the last time you guys saw it, but I am losing a couple days to work on it, which is a little upsetting. But that's fine because, tomorrow I leave for Reno for like, I don't know, 30 hours or something, and then I come back. So.
And what's the Reno thing is interesting. It's kind of cool too, right?
Yeah. So if anyone's in the industry, Gamma. The Gamma Trade Show is more so like a industry thing rather than like something that you would attend as a guest. But it's where a lot of like distributors go, a lot of manufacturers go, talk about like what's new, what's coming out. Any people who play Magic here, it's where Wizards unveiled their new event link stuff and talked about it at first. But it's mainly just like an insider industry thing. So I'll just be talking to people and they'll be trying to sell my store's things. So that'd be interesting. But I'm also going to see some friends and stuff. But yeah, and then Adepticon next week.
Yeah.
So
Packed
I'm super ready for it.
Yeah. So how's this guy coming along?
It's good. I am just trying to block out some colors. I'm trying to see if the colors that I picked out earlier are going to work, but I'm liking it so far. His body's pink. Any like fleshy inside bit of his mouth is blue, and his tongue is purple. And so
I like blue gums.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I needed
wild.
something to like go against the pink a bit more than what like purple would do. I feel like purple would blend in a little bit too much, especially pastel purple.
Wait, I just realized that I'm painting pink, purple, and blue today too.
Oh, it works out.
Yeah. That should have been the theme. Here, I'll find a dry one and pass. Oh wait, they're not. None of them are dry. Oh wait, this one's dry. So this will be. There we go. There's the rim color.
Purple.
Dark purple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm excited for Adepticon. Adepticon's always really, really, really fun. It's also first U.S. Golden Demon in a really long time. So I think that would be really exciting to see as well too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think it's the first U.S. Golden Demon in like over 10 years.
Okay.
So a lot of really cool and exciting painters are going to be there.
Yeah.
And there's just something about seeing people's pieces in person that I like so much more than like, looking at them online and stuff.
Sure.
So.
Sure, of course, right?
That's always the most exciting part for me.
Seeing the people, hearing them talk about it,
Yeah.
saying like, this looks so cool, and then how'd you do this? And you get that right there, and they just want to talk about it.
Yeah. And then
always cool.
I know that Conquest is having a tournament there, and it's one of their like first like big tournaments, and so I'm probably gonna check that out.
Yeah.
But I'm not playing in it. But it is exciting because I like I like Parabellum a lot.
Well, it's good to see that starting to happen, right?
Grow,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I like the guys at Parabellum a lot, and they're really nice and supportive and awesome. So I'm glad that their game is
getting a tournament, right? Having this
growing
event.
some feet. Yeah.
I am painting some crystals. Kind of funny story about these crystals. I think I talked about this a little bit already. I bought some glow-in-the-dark crystals from Green Stuff World. And I was like, I'm going to just put these glow-in-the-dark crystals, and I'm going to make this cool display / carrying case that charges them with a light. And then when I get to the event, I pull it out, and they're all charged, and people are like, so cool.
Yeah.
Then I started thinking about that, and I came up with that idea after SoCal. Now, I don't know if you guys have been to SoCal.
The SoCal Open?
Yeah.
I've never been, but...
Well... It takes place in what I think is maybe the most poorly lit room I've ever been in my life.
Okay.
Sometimes rooms can make things like yellow.
Yeah.
This room, and I know that there's some people here that have been in SoCal, have been to that place. This room makes everything look. Well, one, it's like hard to see, Like I was like, oh man, I'm really excited about my Beastclaw Raiders. I'm like, I'm very happy with how they look. And I went in. I was literally outside, and I was like looking at them on my tray. And I walked in, and they all turned somehow the same shade of gray.
Nice.
And I was like, I've never seen a room turn models all gray. And the shade of gray was like, or pastel black.
Yeah, pastel black, perfect.
The whole. Everything is just pastel black in that room. So I started thinking about it, and I was like, oh, this is going to be great. And I was like, I just need to figure out a way to charge them. That's the easy part. Well, then later on, I realized that glow-in-the-dark has this dilemma where it either needs to be charged. Again, that's the part we can work around.
Right, or a UV light needs to constantly be on it.
Well, that was my plan. It was to charge it up with a UV light, and over the course of a day of playing, maybe towards the end it starts to dim, but in between games I can put it back in. I was like, this will be okay.
Right.
This will work. But then I realized usually you don't actually play in these kinds of dark, gray, horrible buildings. So I was like, actually most of you are playing in well lit areas. And so you're never gonna see these.
They'd make really cool pictures though.
They'd make really cool pictures. Anyway, I just primed them.
Yeah.
So
they're no longer gonna glow. Yeah.
They're no longer gonna glow. I have some.
You do have a lot though.
I do have a lot.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a bummer. I wanted to make something like that work, but you know what? I did not think that through. If I'm honest. Look at this little monster.
Yeah, I think he's coming out cute. He's not reading like an Easter egg to me, at least not yet. But hey, let me shove his face on really quick. I don't know, a little Eastery, but I think it might
great.
also be the time of the year as well too.
I don't think it's necessarily Easter, and the base and the Goblin Rider, a lot of it's gonna.
Yeah, I can definitely change up the feel of it a lot.
You're only working currently on the Easter part of it.
Yes.
Thank you, Aaron Diaz, or Diaz, Aaron Diaz. Greetings, Titans. Just got myself an Iwata HPCS, and I see recommendations to get a vent set up online. Do I really need one? I live in a cold climate where I can leave windows open for hours. Thanks. What's your thought on this?
It depends, right? It depends. If you're not going to get a vent, I would always recommend getting a respirator. And if you don't want to get a respirator, get a reusable N95 mask with a good charcoal filter on it. While we use our airbrushes here in the studio, without masks, we do have a bunch of air filters off camera.
Yeah.
It's also not great, right? No. When we're not on camera, we've got masks on and stuff. My only thing is it necessary?
The vent setups, right?
In the immediate short term, no. In long term, yes. Yeah, I'm a big fan of safety and like, you know, making sure that you're good in the long term, right? Like, it doesn't bother me while I'm spraying, but you don't know what it's doing to you, you know, years down the line.
Yeah, fair.
It depends on how much you're going to be airbrushing. They're also not super expensive, right? Like, you can build a ventilation system really cheaply. You can make one out of like a kind of janky vacuum cleaner, shove a charcoal filter on it, which you can get those at like pet stores and stuff, and then just turn that on while you're airbrushing. That works. But it kind of depends, right? We have a couple at the store that we use. I don't know. My consensus is yes. I think they're necessary. If not, then I would get an air filter and have it right near your hobby desk.
Yeah, I think there's ways around it, Aaron. Like, if you're leaving windows open, you know, I would put a fan taking air out, an exhaust fan. That's what I do at home. I have like one of those little window fans that can either be, well, exhaust is in and out. It can either be in, out, or in and out. And when I'm painting, I put it so that it's all going out.
Yep.
And then I don't have an air filter at home, but I probably, I imagine I will be painting, mostly I've been painting here at the studio for the past year, but I imagine I'll be painting more of my daughter's army at home. So I actually am gonna pick a couple up to have at home. I think, like Kat's saying, I think it's not a bad idea. Here's what I will say. I will say when it comes to the vent setups, one thing when you get an airbrush, I think there are people online. I've kind of felt like, and this is both a cool thing, but just something to be careful of. I think there are people online who like get an airbrush and like they're like, hey, you know what? I'm not like the airbrush is tough to use. It's like tough to get used to. And there are people who like just naturally are like more like building people, and people go crazy with their like custom vent builds.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, like you'll see these people who are like, I built this, and like you see all these pictures of their vent building, and like you never see anything they paint. So I'm like, I think this person just like is a maker. They just like making this kind of stuff. So, and I think people get really excited and they do things that are unnecessary with their vent setups.
Yeah.
So I would say like that there are some of it not custom, but commercial ones available. And there's probably a lot of people saying like, hey, those commercial ones, no good, but they're probably fine. And like I would say, you know, fan, air filter, and mask. That's like the thing. And like Kat's saying, we don't use them when we're streaming here because we can't really talk well.
Yeah.
But when I'm doing like videos for the channel or when I'm just working on my own, I actually got this one recently. Only really, I got this one because it doesn't have like the thing on top.
Oh, I like the things on top, yeah.
No, I don't, because it makes my hair look stupid. So I got this one. Now let's try it. How do I sound?
Like Darth Vader.
Like Darth Vader? I wish I sounded like Darth Vader.
Yeah.
I know I don't sound like Darth Vader. I know that's not true.
You should just tell Luke that you are his father.
Luke, I'm your dad.
I'm your
Luke,
pops.
It's me. It's me.
Yeah, so we use different things while we're not streaming. We do have air filters constantly running in the studio. We are being as careful as we can while also trying to provide like a quality stream. Yeah.
Entertainment that you can hear.
If you're not going to get a system, at least get a mask. Don't just rely on being able to like have an open window and stuff. And it should be a N95 or charcoal filter mask. My thing about these respirators is that the filter is easily replaceable and you can buy them in bulk and stuff. You don't have to just constantly, you know, buy new masks all the time. So that's why I like them. But, you know, it's something a little bit more substantial than just a cloth mask.
Here's my other one. Oh, I think you can actually hear me better in this one.
Yeah.
Which probably means it's not as good.
Yeah, like I have one like that.
But look at my hair. Look how stupid it looks. I look like one of those like monks, like those friar monks from like the 1200s. If I just got rid of all of this, Can you tell it's a mirror image? Okay. Look how stupid my hair looks. I can't do this.
Probably not on stream.
No.
Yeah, but like
No, on videos, like people would just like you. We would be. YouTube shows you when people. YouTube shows you when people stop watching your videos. It would just be there. They'd be like, "Look at this guy's hair." I'm not watching this. That's what I would do. I would do that.
Wow, you got some harsh critics up in here. But yeah, no, if you're not going to get a ventilation system, get a mask and
no,
get a fan.
Either way, get a mask. Yeah. I think like get a mask either way. Like that would be my what I would say. Like use everything you can. Why not? Like why wouldn't you? Right? Like because this isn't going to be something where you're going to like get feedback from your body necessarily right away that something's going wrong.
Right.
So you need to at this point just take all the correct things, and it's not like. Like we're all supposed to be eating like fruits and vegetables like all the time, which is cool. I like fruits and vegetables.
Totally.
But we're not supposed to eat like horrible, like weird food too much. But we're gonna do that because it's fun.
But that weird food tastes really good.
It satisfies us and it makes us healthy in other ways. Like not wearing a mask, not using ventilation, there's no value to it. You're not like.
It's easier, right? But yeah. So.
It's easier for a minute while you're not putting the thing on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So a ventilation setup and system isn't necessary, but do take precautions more so than just an open window and a fan. They're not like super expensive. You can definitely hand make one. That's totally fine. Fish tank filters. That you can buy at like, a pet store or whatever, as long as you have something that is like actively pulling the air through it as well too. Not just having that around you, you actually have to like force the air through it. Works, but yeah, it's not ideal, right? It adds a little bit of a complicated factor to airbrushing, but like you get used to it after a bit, for sure.
I also love how Aaron's like, I live in a cold climate where I can leave the windows open all the time. Like he's like.
Maybe there's no bugs or something.
No, I see.
That was my guess, right?
My guess is he's just like a lumberjack, just like a Scandinavian or like an Alaskan, just like don't care how cold it is, windows are staying open.
So now I'm just wondering if you grow a beard big enough and like flip it up to like use that as your
wrap
mask.
your Rip Van Winkle beard around your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the final thing I will say about this, I think we've given Aaron a good answer, some good things to think about, but I will say this final thing, which is, Aaron, I would say that, I don't know if you have a beard. There's also a lot of chat online about like, can I really get a seal with my mask if I have a beard? I guess the answer is no. I genuinely doubt you're like going to die faster because you have a beard. But you know what? I shouldn't say that I know that that's true. I think like you're
Science
still okay.
Zach. Yeah.
Science is pseudoscience with Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Or maybe he
can't
leave the window open. Yeah.
Oh,
well, I can't leave the window open for hours.
Yeah. Thank you, Foods.
Then yes. 100%.
Reading is hard. I needed that apostrophe.
Yeah.
It wasn't there.
If you're not going to get a ventilation system, get a mask, or do both.
Yeah.
Have something.
We actually can't. A lot of people know this. We actually can't open the windows here in this apartment complex. I mean, not apartment complex. Office.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about that. Like.
Yeah.
Can you imagine renting a place? How's it looking over there?
I'm now trying to debate what I don't even know what this is. I think that's the biggest thing, like what this little like sploogey thing is. But I guess I'll come up with that when I do the rest of the base. I'm thinking it's some sort of like gunk on the floor, so maybe I'll like add some fluorescence to this. I think that would be kind of cool. But
can I see? Yeah, what is that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like something that he's like jumping off of. But either way, I put some gold on the mask. I think that is actually really cool. Debating on if I want to touch this guy yet, but I think I will see how the rest of the squig comes out before I do this guy.
I guess here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look and see how They had that painted on
the box?
On the box. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because the box is right over there.
Yeah. Let's...
But yeah, I mean, other than that, I'm going to start getting into putting some actual highlights and dimension on him. I think that would be really cool. Yeah, it's purple.
It's like different colors. Wait, yeah. Like, that one's like, they're like different.
Oh, let's see if I can get this in here. Yeah, there's two different ones, but I think it might just be like some weird fungus, like.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Thing.
Do you know how you're gonna base them? Because at this point, I'd be wondering like like it seems like a good thing to tie in with a base, right?
That would be really interesting.
That would be something I should think about.
Yeah, I think honestly, the people are now seeing more into my chaotic creative process. I trust myself enough to know that whatever I make, I will like, but I don't super plan out like really far ahead how everything is gonna look together. And like, I don't mind if something doesn't work out the way that I thought it would in my mind, changing it completely. That's totally fine.
Or like it doesn't quite come out how you thought, but it still looks cool.
Yeah.
You like trust the process.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I trust my gut more than anything else of like, no, I think this color would look really good next to this color. And if it doesn't, I could probably force it to look really good next to that color and change the values of it in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, as you can see here, like, even though I'm painting on like a darker pink than these other pastels that I have working with, it does not want to cover
Let me flip to that.
The black underside of him, so that's fine.
I'm using this titanium white.
And how are you liking that?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm going over it. It's like, it is a little more subtle, and this is a good thing. I find that I honestly like having your transparent white go on less aggressively is good because you can always add more, right?
Yeah.
But you don't really want to be trying to take it away.
Yeah.
So I'm actually loving this. I'm thinking it's coming out pretty interesting.
New favorite, better than the Minotaur?
It might be. I'm not gonna lie. I'll need to try it on some other things, but I'm kind of into it.
Yeah, this is why I'm a big fan of not forcing my opinion, because eventually everyone will just see that I'm right anyway.
Yeah.
So that's totally fine.
I like that. I like that system. Yeah, so I'll pass one of these to you in a second. Here we can see what kind of weird. There we go. Now the next step is going to be on these bases. The next step, I think I'm going to hit this thing. You let me know what you think, Kat. I actually think I'm going to hit this with the purple ink.
Oh, okay, interesting.
To kind of bring it back. I don't actually want it to be. I don't actually want there to be like the feeling of white.
Okay.
In this context, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So I'm going to go with the purple ink over top of all of this.
Interesting.
And I have a test one. I have 11 here. So this is actually where I'll try. Like up until now, I was pretty sure I wouldn't need a test one. And I'm pretty happy with these up until now. So I'm going to test one with the purple ink and kind of see what I think.
Okay.
Which is a good tip I would recommend if you are doing like bases for your army. We all have like extra bases laying around. You should totally like make some test ones.
Yeah.
I always do.
Yeah.
But you know, at the same time, I am kind of like you right now. I'm just like kind of guessing.
Just kind of going with it, right?
I'm trusting myself up until maybe the purple ink thing. And actually, I'll be honest with you, I was pretty trusting of the purple ink too. But you were like, oh, okay. In this way, that made me think like maybe you.
Well, yeah, because I was thinking like I don't know if you want to go like super strong or whatever, but maybe a magenta would actually be really cool, because in that way it will.
Well, let me show you what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Okay, so after the ink, the purple ink, I will probably do a subtle light dry brush over the bumpy rocks.
With Emperor's Children.
With Emperor's Children pink, and then finally with a little bit of full grown pink.
Okay.
And then what else is going on these, so people know at home, are turquoise lights, turquoise, different blue grasses.
Cute. Oh, I was like, what are these? Oh, Green Stuff World.
Some are green stuff world, some are gamer grass.
Okay.
Kind of like clusters of blended tufts, which I learned from you. And then the final thing is going to be the crystals, which I also think are going to be like turquoise. But actually, I'm not sure. These might be pink.
Yeah, I would make them pink.
Yeah.
I would make some of them turquoise, some of them pink, some of them purple, because then that just ties all your colors in together. I wouldn't want them to blend in with your grasses.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was kind of thinking. Actually, might not want to blend with the grasses. So I do want these to be totally wild bases. So all right, let's try the ink. And we can show folks at home, and you guys can decide ink or no ink.
Yeah, awesome. Have like a community voted base.
A community input. Like, it's not quite a democracy.
Okay.
Not quite willing to
fork over that kind of control just yet.
Not for this. Listen, actually, not for this army. For other armies, maybe. But I want this to be like my main AOS army. Like I said, it was my childhood army. So I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to trust our fans.
Just yet. You don't.
I trust them with a lot, but it's actually not even about trust, right? It's about like personal taste.
Fair.
Thank you, Christopher. So I'm working on my Nurgle and doing light turquoise for the skin, which I like, and light yellow for the guts and such. I'm thinking of doing red for the bases. Ideas. What do you think on this? So red for the bases. I'm imagining what that means is like, Christopher, if you're still in chat. I'm imagining that means like Martian, like the cracked Martian Earth stuff. Like GW sells the Martian one.
Yeah.
Like Mars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
Light turquoise for skin, yellow for guts, red. My only thing is that red and yellow are too close together. If you're
we're back to McDonald's. We've come full circle on super chats.
If it is sort of like a Martian crust sort of thing, that's more like a rust red orange. I think that would be really cool. If you're wanting it to really stand out, if you really want the turquoise to stand out, I would go for maybe like an orange.
Yellow? Yeah, hold on. Yellow and turquoise, like, okay, these Nurgle
yellow,
are going to look so cool.
Yellow and turquoise already clash in a great way.
That's the problem with doing like these right? Like when you go to do the third color, like you're like, uh-oh.
So my thing is that because turquoise and yellow already clash in a fantastic way, you either want something that complements the turquoise or complements the yellow. It depends on what you want to stick out a little bit more. If you want the yellow to be super vibrant, then you go with something that goes a little bit more with the turquoise. If you want the turquoise to be what really catches people's eye, then you use your base to sort of blend the yellow in a little bit, to sort of blur that a little bit. So if you want the turquoise to stand out, then I would go for, like a red or an orange. If you want the yellow to stand out, then I would go for like a blue or a purple.
Okay. I'm going to throw another one out. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be a shocker. Yeah, mint green. Like a minty green. Like your shirt. Almost like your shirt.
Okay.
Which is like on the way to turquoise, right? It's it's not totally not turquoise. But I think that would be mine. That would be mine. And again, it's actually so I think like the other kind of thing to think about is with like clashing stuff. I think the thing to think about is like, do you lean into it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like But then we're back to the McDonald's dilemma, right? Which is like, if you do lean into clashing, are you suddenly representing McDonald's, or what's another just like ridiculous color, like 2-color company, like, I don't know, actually.
The Lakers.
The Lakers, which those are my school colors, so I always think of my school, but yeah, the Lakers as well, right?
Yeah.
Like blue, like purple and yellow,
Purple
right? Yeah,
and
it's always
gold,
it's kind of intense.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would say I like mint green, but then also, what are you putting on these bases, right? Like, what else is going? Are you putting tufts? Mint green with like the dry steppe, like dark, like brown and dark tan grasses.
Okay.
And then the turquoise, and then the yellow. Oh yeah, I'm starting to like this. This is what I would do. Mint green. What color is that in the Citadel line? That would be like, it would be not Cerbite green, maybe.
No, it would be one of their
Sons of Horus.
Their old edge paints that they turned into a layer paint. I don't know the color of it.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, because they had all their pastel colors used to be what they called edge paints, and the formulation of them was awful. But they have now formulated them into just normal layer paints.
Or dry. They're called dry paints, right?
No, they had both edge and dry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have a dry, which
Yeah.
I love actually. None of these are Cerbite green. Would you use any of these? Oh, I might use Warboss green. That's not quite mint.
I would maybe use almost this like pale blue from AK. That works as well too.
That's blue. I'm not clicking. I'm not showing it. No. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see it.
This pale blue from AK. My like case of paints is like on the floor, so maybe I'll run over and like try and find something.
Yeah, I like this as well. Here are the 3 Citadels I'm tossing out. I think Sons of Horus is actually too. Okay, I think Sons of Horus is not quite right. It's maybe too dark, but it could be interesting. And I think Strachan is too yellow. So like, cause like to Kat's point, I do think like you want to head towards the direction of green. So I would almost like be interested in Warboss green, honestly, for mine. But I think I'm kind of loving the idea of this color scheme. If I'm honest, I think it's going to look amazing. But you do need to make a good call here, Christopher, on the. This was from Christopher, right? Yeah, you do need to make a good call on the base, because otherwise you'll just have like a clashy. Oh yeah, okay. You know
one?
what? I think
one?
green white is one of my favorite colors.
Yeah.
But no, it's too light. I think pale blue. I think you're right.
Pale blue?
What's that one?
Pastel green.
If you wanted it to be a little more vivid.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, and probably Kat, we kind of love insane bright colors.
Yeah.
And I love insane bright bases, which I'm literally doing right now. So.
Yeah.
Don't you hate when you just like cannot get a dry brush dry again? I almost always use 2 different brushes when I'm dry brushing 2 different colors.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's normal.
I've been a huge fan of laser yellow lately from AK. That is also fantastic as well too. It just depends on what
Laser
you're going for.
Yellow.
Yeah, it's like
that's
this
a great
like.
color. That's so cool, but I don't think that would. I would not recommend for what he's doing.
I would recommend
personally.
putting this in like the guts or something. I think that'd be really cool. But
And then doing like a more normal yellow over top of it.
yeah.
Yeah. This sounds like a super cool army, Christopher. Whatever you decide, I want to see pictures of this, regardless of the base, because honestly, it just sounds cool.
Yeah, I like the light turquoise skin tone because that's kind of what my Plague Angel is. It's like a greenish, like gray blue, and so this blue gray, this pale blue, and these are actually part of my Plague Angel. So, you know, big fan.
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds very cool. I'm excited. Yeah, I do like the color of your Plague Angel's skin. It's looking pretty cool.
Yeah.
We all have to make sure we wish Kat good luck at Adepticon.
Yeah, I've been stressing about it lately.
I mean, good luck finishing. Not like good luck, but like that's really where you need the luck, right? Once you're in Adepticon, what's done is done.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I could use all the time in the world, but also I just want to be done with it at the same time, you know? It's just, I go back and forth. I've also been like heavily addicted to Pokemon, and so that's not helping.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
I just want to play, but then I want to paint, so.
Yeah. Every now and then I try to get into video games, and whenever people are talking about all the video games they love, I'm like, man, I feel left out. But then I'm like, I don't know. I'm kind of glad I don't believe in video games sometimes. All right, I have I have the 2 test bases, one with where I used the purple ink and one where I didn't. And I'm going to show them both to you guys, and you can decide. I'm putting some tufts on them as well, but no crystals yet. I'm going to do the crystals next, but the tufts will give a sense of the craziness I'm going for here. So this is going to be a little loud. Okay. I'm going to have to order more of these. And when you order stuff directly from Green Stuff World, it actually takes about a year to get to you, so I better get going on this, or I'm never going to get these in time for BAO.
Oh, and this is what you're going to be using for the Bay Area Open?
I would like to.
Okay.
I would like to go to BAO. I would like to do well playing, and I would like to do well painting.
Nice.
That's the goal.
I'm
not sure about this grass. Okay, yeah, sorry.
Really into painting skin texture lately. So that's kind of what I did down his spine a little bit. And then glazing back over it with the darker pink. To not
Painting skin texture?
Yeah.
Can you tell, what do you mean by that? Just painting skin?
Yeah, but it's more so like having like stretched skin or something like that, or having like a highlight that isn't so like smooth and perfect. I don't want my squigs to look like they got makeup done with an airbrush, if that makes sense. Like I feel like,
because that is kind of what has happened, or almost, right?
Yeah,
So far,
because I did airbrush them. Yes, yeah. I don't want their skin to look smooth and perfect, and that's what painting the texture onto it means. But yeah, I've been doing that a lot on my Plague Angel, and so I don't feel like I can get away from it. So yeah, I like the look on it, or I like the look of it on my Plague Angel, and so I've been trying to increase my, I guess, production on like everything, right? Like if it's not hard for me to do, if it's not super time consuming for me to do, then I'm going to do it. But then that ends up making me spend way too long on something. So I guess we'll see how it goes. Okay, can I show my 2? Yeah. This is a bad time. Let's wait for you to. It's an awful time. It is, clearly. Because I just dipped my brush. You just dipped your brush. But it's okay, you know, it's okay. Wait. So what did you end up going with the weird smoky thing coming? Oh, I don't know. Still yeah, sure? Still debating. I actually might make it pastel black. All right, so Kat, you're gonna let me know which one of the 2 you prefer. Okay. Whether it's Chatel Saint Jean or Foley Johnson, which are the 2 corks that they're on. Okay. Okay. There's a clear winner. Before anyone gets excited about a vote, I can tell you right now it's not going to happen because I'm going to do one and not the other. But I do want to see what other people think, and okay. I won't say which one I'm going to do. And I also think the difference is somewhat subtle
honestly, after the going through with the dry brush. So there is Chantal Saint Jean, and here is Foley Johnson.
All right, so here's the chateau. The chateau is really what it is.
Yep.
Okay. And then here's Johnson. Now, I have a feeling I know which one is the winner.
Okay, which one?
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that is
the
the
chateau.
one. And that's the one with the ink.
Yeah.
Yeah. The it just like makes it that color again. Whereas like the white is sort of cool. I actually like the white a lot on some of these. Like it almost looks like holographic in this weird way.
It almost looks shiny.
It almost like this one, like right? That looks so cool. It almost looks like a space picture of like a weird purple planet. Yeah. And it is cool in that way, but honestly, it's better on ones where I put a lot of texture on the base. It breaks down a little bit if there isn't as much texture.
Like this one.
Yeah, and then I think it just ends up looking kind of chalky and funky.
Yeah.
So
no,
I'm going with the ink.
I like this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also didn't think I liked the dark turquoise grass at first, but it grew on me. Like blended in there with everything.
This one or this one?
That one. Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I think crystal's pink. Yeah. You said mix of colors. I don't know. I'm probably just gonna do pink.
On all of them?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know yet. The daughters themselves are also gonna be a lot of these colors. So I'll have to something to think about.
Yeah. I don't know if you can if it's picking up on camera and stuff, but you can kind of see where I went with the lighter pink down his spine here. And
it probably is picking up on camera. Our TV, like we talk about this all the time, is totally funky.
Is like really dark, yeah.
It's
and
funky,
instead of just putting like a blended light color down his tail, it makes it look more textured. And I know there's already texture like in the actual sculpt and stuff. It's just a different way, I think, of highlighting. And I really want to get into highlighting different textures differently than what you would just normally of like a flat surface. And so I'm trying
Skin
to push
is fun
myself.
for that though,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
I'm trying to push myself. I got my my little trick here to get the camera to focus on him because he's so small. But yeah, you can kind of see it, but you can also still see how working with these really light colors, why you want to put, you know, almost a little bit of a darker color down because they don't work well on top of black. So, yeah.
Exciting for Kat to be painting her first
Squig.
Sigmar miniature. I think we had a super couple. Yeah, yes. There we go. Thank you, Hamsterdam. Hi, Hobby Titans. Looking to do a Slanesh corrupted Eldar world for my Harlequin bases.
Ooh.
I want to add some spirit stones. Anything else you recommend? Also, what do you use to paint? What do you use as spirit stones? Beads? ?
I'll let you go first.
Yeah. Do you remember what spirit stones are? They're like the little gems on all the. Actually, I kind of did one last week. I think, right? I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me think about that question for a second, Amsterdam, in regards to what do I use, because
You just use what's on the actual model?
yeah, I've not added spirit stones to anything like my own spirit stones. I do know one way you can get some, but let's actually. I think Kat is itching to answer that one better than me.
Yeah, my first thing when I saw a spirit stone was it sort of looked like, and I'm not sure how familiar you would be with these, but press on like
Yeah.
earring
Yeah.
jewelries.
I know what you're talking about.
That kind of is what they reminded me of a little bit. So
Do you think? Okay.
that-
Do you think like if Amsterdam put those on, and then wanted to paint over them, that they'd take the paint? They would.
if you're looking to like just fully paint them, you just prime them at least, right? And if you're just looking for the shape, then yeah, I think you can prime them just fine.
Okay.
And then paint over those. I think that'd be
I
great.
kind of worry that they might not. I don't know.
Like they're too
Like the primer might
slick.
not stick on them or something. But I don't know. I might just be guessing.
Yeah. I mean, you can also just take like a
Like sand them
like
very
s-
slightly.
like sand them down a little bit.
Like a real fine grit, yeah. The little sanding sticks we like, maybe, or honestly, like the paper, yeah.
Yeah, just like some sandpaper, rough them up a little bit. That's totally fine. My other suggestion would be to and I know they're sold in at least like local craft stores and stuff, is UV cured resin.
Yeah, so that resin was going to be a resin pour, like
Yeah.
we not the UV stuff, but we had the stuff you pour, you mix, like, right? And
The two-part.
The two-part,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. The only reason why I'm suggesting UV cure is because usually they come with like a small little UV lamp when you buy like a full kit. And you can make them any size that you want and then just quickly like zap them with the light and then they're fine. They're like, it's super easy. You don't have to worry about it. Like,
The two-part stuff is honestly a mess.
yeah, you don't have to worry about pouring them into a mold or anything like
Yeah.
that. You can just put them onto a plastic thing, just do little drops, and then just blast them with the light. Like,
Oh,
for
I
like
see. Yeah,
2
that's
seconds.
even better.
Yeah.
Because what I was going to say, Amsterdam, in regards to making your own, is you could use the two-part resin, and like where I bought my resin, there's literally like these like mold trays, and there were multiples that were actually in the shape of like the oval of the spirit stone. And I actually
Yeah.
made a bunch for when I made an Eldar board, and then I made an Eldar board and forgot to use them, or actually just didn't have a use for them. I still might though, but yeah, that would be one way. That's maybe more work. I think Kat's way is probably better. I hate it working with two-part resin. I don't recommend it, but it might just be me.
Yeah.
Honestly, nowadays I'd probably try to get them 3D printed though.
Okay.
Right? Like I'd probably. Otherwise, what's another like quick way? See, like those little plastic things, like you get like little beads. But when you try to cut those things in half, it's a mess.
Right.
The stickers are kind of an interesting idea.
Yeah. What would be another thing? Like just drops of hot glue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of them won't come out okay, but you're just gonna do like
You could do like a bunch of
you're gonna
them.
do
And I
more
know,
like parchment paper.
yeah, and I know they make like super clear hot glue. So if you wanted that clear look, and what you can do with those, because they're going to be flat on one side, when you peel them off of, whatever, like the plastic wrapper, parchment paper, just paint the underside of it and then glue those down onto whatever you want. So you get that like clear look, but it's like you see the color through it. And so it looks more like a gem.
I'm sorry, wait, say that again?
Yeah, so you use little drops. This will work for the UV resin as well too, like little drops of UV resin. Anything that has like a flat, clear surface to it, you paint that flat side. And so then when you glue it down and you get that domed look, you get the color through
Got it.
through the clear.
Yeah.
And so that just makes it easier to paint as well.
Yeah, that is pretty interesting. Now, the second part of this question, what else would we add? So, you guys you've probably seen my bases. I used the Green Stuff World rollers. And I didn't use Green Stuff. I used Magisculpt, but Green Stuff is obviously what it's meant for. And they make at least one Eldar roller thing. So I use that, and honestly, I like it a lot. You just get these, you roll it out. I think I demoed this forever ago. You roll it out, with the green stuff world roller, using again green stuff for Magisculpt, and then you take like a knife, like an X-Acto knife, like a hobby knife, whatever, and you cut. I cut them there, then and there. They're starting to, with Magisculpt anyway, and I actually imagine even more so with green stuff, they're starting to like firm up a little bit. So they're fairly easy to keep like intact as you kind of pull them away. And then give them a little bit of time to dry. And you get like these like ruins, like sounds like kind of what you're looking for in a way, Slaanesh Corrupted. That said, I guess my question is how, we need to figure out a way to make this look Slaanesh Corrupted. That I don't know. I mean, like,
I think it would be more so to do with like the colors that you use.
I feel like that's kind of like the Slaanesh thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, or like, just like destroyed spirit stones or something like that.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know, something like, I think it really is just like a big color choice, right? You use Slaanesh colors, lots of purples, lots of pinks. And then, destroyed spirit stones, I think would be really cool. And the cool part about the resin and the glue stick is that you can make huge spirit stones, you can make small spirit stones, as much as you want. I think the glue stick might be a little bit easier to use, and then you can use your glue stick to make terrain.
Yeah. That's true.
So,
I've had mixed success with a hot glue gun.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I might not be using the right type of glue sticks, if I'm honest, when I did it. Good luck, though. That sounds super cool.
Definitely like post some pictures and stuff when you get that.
Please. Okay, so the titanium white does add like a little bit of an interesting sheen to things, which I like here on my bases. But I have to say, is that normal?
I think that's normal with any ink, right? Because they're not matte.
Okay, well, there's a big difference between that I would take into account with my with this versus Minotaur.
Oh,
because Minotaur is like the last color I add to.
You don't varnish your pieces?
No, I do varnish. Oh, it'll take that'll take this away?
Yeah, like a matte varnish.
No.
Yeah.
I like it though.
Then the satin varnish.
But okay. I'll have to varnish the bases and the model separately.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I almost picked up sand varnish at GK San Jose today, and then I was like, am I ever gonna use this?
Santa Clara.
They have it too?
No, I'm saying it's Santa Clara. We're in Santa Clara.
No, I was at the San Jose one.
Oh, it's Westgate then.
The Westgate.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Don't know the internal lingo. Yeah, Westgate. They had the AK stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I almost picked it up. And they didn't have, all they had was the gloss. No, no gloss and no matte. They only had like 5 satins in like the display. And I was like, clearly, there's no use for this. Okay, cool. That's good to know. I might pick some up tomorrow then, as a matter of fact. And I guess I shouldn't be putting tufts on if I'm going to do that. I'll work around it. We'll live. How's your guy coming out? Should we check in?
He's probably going to look very similar to how he looked before because I'm just adding more texture and more layers of pink. But yeah, I'm starting to highlight up these little like bumps on his skin and stuff too, which I think are super cute. I'm not entirely sure, is something supposed to go in here or is that just how it is? Because it is like oddly concave.
Is that where the foot of the rider goes?
Let's put this on.
Does the foot of the rider kind of like go in there maybe?
No.
Really?
At least not on here, no. Yeah, it's like his little like cutie mark. it's kind of weird, but it's weird that it's concave. So I'll probably just paint that like a different color just to get some more variation on an all pink squig. Sorry, lightish red since all squigs are red.
All squigs are red, yeah. Pastel red.
Yeah, pastel red. Great.
Man, I gotta say I'm excited for these purple bases.
That's awesome.
This is gonna be weird. Oh, you know what else is gonna be going here? Skulls. Oh, are skulls gonna be better than crystals? Or both? Meg, oh, speaking of, we do have to do fan stuff, but Meg added all kinds of crazy stuff to her bases. And when she was telling me all the things she was going to be adding, I was like, okay. She's going to have like, it's going to be 1 or 2 things, and then you don't want to keep going. But I'm kind of into it. Actually, we'll see him because I put him on fan stuff. Yes, I picked my wife's stuff to be on fan stuff.
To be fair, I also picked it.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I too picked your wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's look at some fan stuff. We missed fan stuff last week, guys. We're going to look at fan stuff in a second. We missed fan stuff last week. We did the show a little different, right? Cat produced off to the side.
So it's my fault-ish that I forgot, even though it was like this whole thing.
No. It was.
I will 100% take responsibility.
Well, that's nice of you, but I've done a million of these shows, and you've done like 3. So I think probably me. Anyway, we finished the show, and we were like, okay, that went pretty okay. We weren't sure how that was going to go, and then
it was an immediate like the moment we ended. We forgot fan stuff.
Yeah.
Made a whole folder and everything. Man.
Yep. So, all that fan stuff on this week's show. So we have a long fan stuff. Lots of stuff from fan stuff for you guys. Extra stuff. Front fan. Here we go. Okay. This is, we know this guy. This is Bryce.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah. Bryce is like, Bryce is a really good brush painter. Mm-hmm. And he, I don't know, he paints, he's been like a painting banshee recently. Mm-hmm. He's just been like cranking stuff out. Skaven and these guys. I remember when he first started this army, it was so cool when he showed up. Yeah, I know he showed up with this like quarter painted Dark Angels army.
Yeah.
Which like a lot of people don't do because it's like a pain in the butt, right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, you want to paint? Because you really actually, you're almost painting 2 models in a way when you do this, right? Because you're basically saying like, I could just paint this whole thing green. That's a thing that you do. You just do the green. You're done. Mm-hmm. Or you could be like, I could do half of it green in an obnoxious way where it's not even near each other, and then do half of it silver. So it's a lot of work.
No, yeah, but color scheme wise, I'm a big fan of green and gold together.
Same.
I think it looks very expensive mall spa, right?
What? Whoa. I can tell we're going to have to get rid of the fan stuff for this one.
Spa at the expensive mall. What did you say? It was one of our first streams.
Yeah.
The difference between luxurious and something else. But it was
Regal?
Spa.
No.
Spa day at the fancy mall.
Okay. Spa day at the rich. Spa day at the rich folks mall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's what green and gold reminds me of, and that's what this guy reminds me of.
Well, Bryce, as always, quite good work. Loving this Skaven too, Bryce. Okay. Oh, this is super cool. This is the new Ranger. I think these guys are currently still only Eldritch Omens box. I paint this guy up too. I love the little thing, the little turntable he's got.
Turntable. Yeah. I was gonna say it's like a Yu-Gi-Oh battle disc or something. Yeah.
Is Yu-Gi-Oh still a thing?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I think so. I'm gonna say
You're
yes.
like yes. I mean I don't know.
100% yes, I think so.
Okay. That's like a John question. He might know. Okay. This Ranger looks great. I don't know. I love this. Of course, it's always cool. These guys have these camo cloaks, and it's like white, white snow, white cloak. Looks great.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, Nerdtron, thank you so much. He just says the crescent indents are like cattle brands.
That's kind of what it looks like. It's weird that it's so like deep into it, but
well, it's a goblin branding it.
Yeah. I'll find a color to paint it. I think that's fine. Yeah. I'm a fan of this paint. I'm not entirely sure if I want to do pastels or if I want to do fluorescent and really change it up a little bit, but we'll see.
Oh, like if you ultimately do.
Yeah.
Well, what's going to look better with the black goblin, or however you do? I guess that's part of the equation, right? Is how you're going to what color the goblin's going to be.
I think fluorescents or pastels work, but yeah, no. Yeah. I thought the cloak on this guy was actually really, really well done. I like the base as well.
Right, yeah, and just like the match in the snow. Yeah. Really nice. So much cool. There's a lot of cool fan stuff. You know what? We get so many just amazingly painted Space Marines, different Space Marines, and I'm just so bad at knowing what all the different Space Marines are. But like this Space Marine that I don't know what Space Marine is looks amazing.
Yeah.
Black
Templar.
Well, that I think I kind of knew. Seth is also side whispering. I think I kind of knew that was Black Templar, but I don't know like what it is, if it's a captain or a lieutenant or whatever. It's Grimaldus. Okay, that I would definitely never know. He looks great.
I can never get over like all the textures and stuff that are on like these really cool sculpts. I think they're super awesome, but it's also like kudos to you for being able to like paint them all as well and make them look different as well too. I think that's a big thing for me, is different textures should be painted differently, like I mentioned before. So yeah, I think this is really cool.
You know what? I'm really going to be trying to make something we're always trying to make things that other people say that are weird stick. Like I get a lot of flack for saying in some ways it's more interesting. I just want you guys to, for your consideration, cats, different textures should be painted differently. Just for your consideration.
Oh, is this a quote now?
Oh, I'm just tossing it out.
A hot take?
Well, I don't know. Now this one really cool, and there's actually two. We have, we'll show the other one in a second. Nurglings here. This is a cool looking Nurgle army, and it looks like whoever painted this. I'm gonna go to the next one now because it's still the same style. It's just the style.
There's a lot.
It's crazy cool.
It was really cool.
Do you feel like they use? I'm kind of curious. There's something going on with like I think there's like a lot of inks going on in this. Yeah, like some inks and some. I don't know if it's contrast paint or something, but it looks like they painted like almost like kind of what I'm doing with like they painted a kind of a light up light and use all like greens and blues. I'm kind of curious. There's a number of pictures of this army in Discord, folks, and I would highly recommend checking it out because it's quite incredible. I truly was blown away by all the pictures.
Yeah, it's as far as like techniques go, it's really hard to tell unless like it's like blatantly obvious. I think they did a really good job at blending everything together. So good job on that.
Yeah, super cool. Oh man, I don't have a Citadel Air pink, but I do have a Minotaur pink. So I guess that's what I'm doing. Kat, what do you think? Airbrush pink over red or purple? Or blue? Not blue.
On your bases?
On the crystals.
Oh. I think all three. I'm gonna stick with you should have a variety.
No, sorry.
Yeah.
Let me
Sorry.
rephrase
Okay.
this. No, you don't have to be sorry, but I'm not doing all three. So I'm doing pink crystals. We're gonna come right back to fan stuff.
Okay.
I'm doing pink crystals. The question is,
would you airbrush the pink over the black?
No, I'm gonna like build up first, but like is red? The question is between red.
Oh, we're talking about
purple.
underpainting.
Yeah, underpainting.
Depends.
Because this is gonna go on pre-transparent.
Depends.
Right? Yeah.
It depends. Do you want it to be like a cool tone pink, or do you want it to be almost like bubblegummy pink? What would you like?
Probably honestly cool tone because of the plants.
Okay.
So you think over blue, over purple?
Blue or purple works. Yeah, it depends. It depends on the purple. It depends on the blue.
Well, you know what? I got a lot of crystals. We're gonna do a test.
Yeah.
Our second test.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to cool fan stuff. We have a ton. Yes, please check this stuff out. And again, this was last week. I don't remember who the user was, but I do remember that it looks.
Yeah, there was a ton of pictures of this entire army on there. So highly recommend checking it all out because it was it was really cool. I made Zach go back and forth on a bunch of pictures.
Yeah, these are really cool. Okay, super cool night.
Speaking of like an entire army, this actually was like one picture of an entire like huge display as well too. So that was also really cool. But yeah, like it was hard to pick which one to focus on as well too, because I think there's like 3 in here. And I like the middle one the most. I thought the colors on the middle one made it stand out a lot more. But
that's right. This was from last week, so I'm like, what?
Are you trying to remember? Yeah.
No, I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah. Everything was just done up to like such a high level, and to have that be on an entire army, like kudos, honestly.
Yeah. There were like 3 big ones and then some little. Yeah, it's super cool. Again, all of this stuff is on Discord, and in this case, guys, you'll have to go back a week or so, but super cool. Okay. Moving on. There's so much cool stuff to get through. Oh yeah, I like this. They did like the Statue of Liberty kind of verdigris. I always love me some verdigris.
I always love me some terrain.
And this is like
best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds. I haven't done something that's just like purely patinaed like 100% yet with the verdigris like that. Like just like completely
just go
coated.
all in. Yeah,
like the Statue of Liberty, right?
Yeah.
I haven't done that yet. I've only ever done it kind of as like a weathering effect. But eventually, I did a lot of research on this back in the summer when we were painting a lot of stuff that was being weathered this way. And it's really interesting how eventually, like the Statue of Liberty, right? That's like it just stops, and that's like its final state.
Right.
Super interesting. Really nice on this, and good work on the shield, good color combinations. Love this thing. Just some super cool looking white scars. These are heavy eradicators from White Scars. Very good, Zach. I don't know. If you paint good white scars, you're getting on fan stuff.
Yeah, these are really cool. I wish it didn't cut off the rest of the picture, but there was more of them.
There's more, yeah. Sometimes you guys take like these long pictures, which are super cool, to show like a 5-man squad, but like then it
cuts it off.
It cuts it off, and like all the pictures have to be the same size in OBS. It's sort of weird.
So square pictures are best.
Square pictures are ideal.
But no, these were really cool. I think it's orange. Right, I think that's what it is.
It should be
red. It's like a reddish orange.
It's like it's like
I thought that was really cool. I like really desaturated paint schemes as well too. I just like everything, honestly, and
is it well done? Is the question. That's what fan stuff is all about.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Hold on. Paint. Okay. Here we go. All right, about to do our pink test. Okay. Here's Meg's. So Meg also had a few different pictures. She even sent me again one today, but the one she sent me was long, so I couldn't use it, and I actually didn't get to tell her that. She just had her name on there. But here we go. So you guys, some of you know that she took input on what she should put on some of the gravestones. So these are the ones that have gravestones. Not all of them have gravestones. For the 40 wolves she's done. I want to say something like 10 of them do. And these are 4 of those however many.
Yeah.
And she gave them some names that the community picked out. There's Good Sprott.
That's cute.
Which is like a good sport typo thing. And I really I told her I was really into the one in the back with the candlelight. She also, like you see, she's got a lot of things going on in the bases. There's crystals.
Yeah.
We ordered our crystals together. There's candles. There's tombstones. There's chunks of ruin. So I kind of like it. It just is like this madness of this death world. I love that, like, I don't know, somebody went through and lit candles, and now there's these wolves, and there's the crystals, all kinds of stuff's happening. I'm kind of into it.
Yeah, I like really clustered bases and stuff. They're almost like little mini dioramas. If you can tell your story and put it through that way, I think that makes it look really cool.
Yeah, Michael Cody, I know she did use a few of yours. These guys look great, Meg. Good work. I'm really excited to see her get into the rest of this army. You guys can probably guess that eventually this will show up on the other side of the studio, but no specific dates on that yet. Tease. Moving on.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. So there's another picture of this from this upcoming week. Let's come back to this one.
Okay.
This is our TV doesn't show this that well, but it's a really like simplistic paint palette and scheme that this person did, and I kind of love the way this came out. So we're gonna come back because the person has added more to it, and I included this week. Here's a little Silent K. Again, Silent K is just one of those models where if you paint up Silent K and it looks good, you're getting on stream.
Yeah.
It's just
a really epic. It's a really epic model. But yeah, I mean, I think it just goes into like another thing of like there's just so much on it.
As a diorama.
Yeah.
And this is a famous 40K painters are like, oh man, Sigmar players get all the cool diorama stuff, and that is true. We do get more models that have like just like this kind of epic story and coolness going on, but Silent K is one of the few. I mean, there's a lot of super cool 40K models, don't get me wrong, but like the diorama kind of just like crazy storytelling thing going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm wondering if these pink crystals are just gonna like not pop enough.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll finish them up. I'll put the edge highlighting and stuff on as well, and we'll see. Okay, moving on. Super nice job on this. This was cool, right? We saw a few pictures of this.
Yeah, this table was awesome.
It was hard. Okay, it was sort of hard to
pick a picture?
Get good pictures. Okay. Like, well, it can be kind of hard to get good pictures of terrain, but I will say that this person did a good job, because I was saying that this is actually the best type of terrain pictures I like, when people just like set up a board and take a few pictures.
Rather than just like individual pieces.
But at the same time, you almost like this way, then you can't quite exactly like, I don't know, you don't get the individual details.
Yep.
So, and that's, I mean, honestly, that's a thought process I have when I paint terrain, is like, hey, I don't need to go into individual details on terrain because that's what the models are for, right?
Right.
But this just looks cool. They have a lot of cool lighting stuff going on. There's a bunch of pictures of this in the Discord from a week back. Check these out, guys. Really awesome stuff happening there. Oh, cool, kind of galaxy star stuff going on these Harlequin bikes.
Yeah, I wish with this one, I wish the background was a little bit different, because like the cloudy background with the cloudy vehicles, they almost like blended in together. But I think honestly that's kind of why I liked it so much, because it was really cool. It was like you had to almost look and see. It was almost like it was like camouflaged a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? And don't they have like some cloaking mechanisms, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I thought of this when I saw it. So
yeah, really nice, cool. Really nice work. Cool galaxy stuff. You guys know I love me some galaxy. I don't know. I just love this model. I love the paint scheme's clean, but not too clean for orcs, which is a good thing. Just well executed. I love this. I don't know. There's not a lot to say about it. It just looked great. Sometimes that happens.
To me,
sometimes I just love the models.
To me, the red bike almost kind of screamed like it was like a Blood Angels bike that they like stole and then converted.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, that's what it looked like to me. But with my limited 40K knowledge.
Kat, I'm gonna pause fan stuff for 1 second.
Yeah.
I'm almost like positive that while these are like a pretty cool match, if I wanted that, that's not what I want. I want them to stick out and be cool. So
they blend in with your base.
They blend in with the base now too much. So I have a thought. We were actually just talking about these wacky color combos. I'm almost thinking mint green. What do you think? It could also be yellow. Yeah, then we have yellow and purple, orange, white.
What about laser yellow?
Laser yellow. Look, I'm I'm not gonna say no to laser yellow, to trying laser yellow.
So I like your mint green, mostly just because this middle tuft here.
Hold on, let's
Yeah.
let's show the people what's going on. These are still a little wet.
Okay.
I don't
touch
care.
them.
I immediately don't care about the difference between the pink or between which one I did with purple and which one I did with blue. I mean, I can tell a difference. I think I like the blue one better only because it looks a little more interesting. But then neither of them look interesting enough for me. Mostly, like I said, because they're going to blend in with the base more than I want.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I'm enjoying the mint green. I wonder if you want to go with like a pale blue, because this tuft here, I think sticks out the most on here.
I don't know that that'll be the case across the whole army, though, right?
Yeah.
Like on that particular one.
Yeah.
Like here, I'll build another one up with tufts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think like a snow blue or one of these colors I think would be really cool.
Okay.
But I feel
love me some green white.
yeah. I like the blue more. But it depends on what you want to do.
I thought we didn't want to do blue because it would match the tufts too much. I guess the question, the dilemma we have with what's going on is, we now know we don't want it to blend.
Oop. It's
I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay. We now know we don't want it to blend in too much with the actual base, because while it's a pretty dope match, it's pointless, right? Like,
Right.
Yeah. But so now I guess we're going to find out what happens if it matches too much with the
I think because you
grass?
have 3 different grasses going on, and your grasses themselves are also different colors alone. Like there's the dark green with the pale green and the light blue with the white almost. I think you can get away with painting it.
All right, I'm going to think on it. We're going to go back to fan stuff. I'll be honest with you. I'm not totally not thinking about, considering possibly thinking about laser yellow.
Okay.
I'm not thinking about it.
Okay.
I'm thinking about it.
That sounds fun.
Okay. Super cool orc. I don't know about laser yellow. Maybe not. Okay, here we go. Next, this is from last week. I think these TV. I should go look on the computer. Just like a horde of rats. I'm wondering what these are being used for. Bryce, I know you're in there. Is this like a Skaven thing? A bunch of rats? Are these rats?
They look like giant rats.
Giant rats? Is this a Skaven
Yeah.
thing? They're well done, which is, of course, why I included them in fan stuff. But, they're just giant rats. I don't know the Skaven army well enough in AOS to know if they just have like hordes of rats. Either way, regardless of what these are going to be used or what these are, they look super cool. Yeah. Beyond that, again, sometimes things just look super cool. Well, it's always nice when people do like these big groups of things like this. It's not easy.
Right.
Okay, just super clean Dire Avenger from way back in the 90s. Listen, I don't love 90s models, but sometimes people take their 90s models and they paint them in these interesting ways that are like, what if I painted it in the style of the 90s but better? You know what I mean? And that's what this person has done. They've captured the 90s feel, the 90s like painting
The old
aesthetic,
school, yep.
and the sculpt aesthetic, but they made it look like they're just like, I imagine the airbrush more than anyone ever did in the 90s, or not, or they're just good. Like, it's just very clean. It looks great.
Yeah, I think the big thing with like older models is one, the techniques have evolved a lot, but also the quality of paints as well too.
Oh,
is
sure,
a big
sure,
thing.
sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I see when I look at like the way older models are painted. I'm like, wow, that paint looks really chunky.
Right.
So yeah, I think it one has to do with the sculpt, and newer sculpts I think are designed in a way to take paint really well, if that makes sense.
Yes, yeah, of course.
But also, yeah, older paint tends to be a little bit more chunky. So it's really cool when people are taking
the old sculpts and
yeah.
What a time to be alive.
Right?
Speaking of Eldar, super cool. I love this color combo. This like green with this like magenta. Actually, green and magenta is just a super cool color combo, period. With the white and the black. This is just great. I just love this the color choice palette.
Yeah, I like the emerald green with the black. I think it looks really cool.
I'm not sure beyond, hey, this is super cool, what else I could say about this thing. Super cool. So it's just well done. Great decal. Yeah. I love the Wraith Lord as well in general. Super nice. Cat, don't look at this one.
Oh.
Super cool conversion. Cat is one of those
really
people
cool.
that's grossed out by like the
holes
kind of thing. So if you are grossed out by holes, stop looking at this. Another Wraith Lord with like some Sylvaneth conversion stuff. Super
I think
great.
it's not just grossed out. I have this like just strange, odd fascination with it, but it physically makes me like itchy. And like it grosses me out. But like I can't not look at it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. I think that's like lots of people. I don't know that I have anything like that with looking. There's something, I can't remember what it is. Like sometimes like there's touch stuff or like I feel it and like it's unsettling, but I also have,
But like
anyway.
you can't not touch it.
This looks great. This looks so cool.
Yeah.
When Kat is able to glance at it quickly, she confirms. Okay, this is the first one from today. Really cool little single infantry model. Like just gritty. Love this.
Oh my gosh, it reminds me of Dark Souls. And
Wait, that's like the...
With Elden Ring being so popular right now. Yeah, this is like Dark Souls. I'm sitting by a campfire right now.
Wait, this is like, I'm having that weird thing. This is like the second time, at the RTT I was at.
Yeah.
And, on Sunday, somebody like was like something about Dark Souls. I was like, what? And I was like, I don't play video games. And they're like, wait, how do you not play video games? I was like, I don't know, dude. I just don't.
That's fair.
This is the second Dark Souls.
You have mentioned?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, with Elden Ring being as popular as it is right now, and Elden Ring is like open world Dark Souls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is great. I love grim dark stuff, but I don't know. Just the pose and everything, just the way it's painted, how grimy it is, the weathering on it.
It's not my style. Like, I don't paint this style. I guess you don't really too much either.
No.
But I'm always like super into people when they can.
Yeah.
Really cool. Okay, we're a little far away for this right now, but this is just like 20 Sentinels. This person in AOS probably has no friends anymore, but
oh no,
they painted an amazing Sentinels army here.
I don't understand the reference.
They're just super good. They're just like they're a little bit. They're like kind of.
They're broken.
Like, they're very broken right now.
See.
Yeah. But the bases are so cool. I love the bases that this person has done, and I think that I stand by my statement that Lumineth Realm Lords are the most beautiful army that Games Workshop has ever put out. And when people paint them as well as this person has, it's truly amazing. Like, I love how beautiful this army looks. And these are just the dudes. These are just the little dudes. Like, this is before you get into the flying fox guy and before you get into the train piece. You know the train piece is that one with the waterfall, right?
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, it's just
such
a beautiful army.
Yeah, no, I like the feel of it. It reminds me of nostalgic days of more video games of playing World of Warcraft.
Now that I did play.
Oh, okay.
That I did play, yeah. Hey, I have an update on crystals, but let's get through fan stuff actually first.
Okay.
I think I might have come to another thing I'm going to try. Okay, here's more of the Tau. Yeah, it's like this grayscale kind of Tau thing that this person has done. Ty has used the term grayscale, but it's also got like some warmth to it. Super cool.
Yeah.
I think these just look amazing. How fast this must have been to turn out as well. I've talked about the Fire Slayer's army. I turned out kind of quickly using like an effects painting style.
Yeah, it seems that way. It seems that way, but I find that painting with the desaturated palette sometimes is almost harder because you're trying to pick out details on something, but you don't have like these colors that you can like wildly jump between. And so making that look good is sometimes, right? It depends on how your brain works. Sometimes harder than painting it normally. So
I see. Yeah.
Great job. Yeah.
That's a good point. And these look super killer. Seeing a whole Tau army like this would be really cool. Be very curious how this person will do like their Kroot, which are like their alien race buddy. The Taus are aliens too, but only to us, not to other Tau. Anyway, super cool. Okay. We were talking about this. Okay, here we go. What was it called? Goblin Cabin? Goblin Hill?
Hut?
Goblin Hut?
Hut, I think?
Yeah.
Goblin Hut?
Okay,
yeah.
we have so first of all, this looks incredible, and it's just like insanely weathered. Like maybe that thing is has been 80 years old in Florida, right? Just weathered with humidity, like intensely weathered via humidity. So super cool. Now, what we then looked up, the person tagged me in Discord, and now I'm forgetting who it was, and it's like somebody I chat about and chat with all the time. And sorry, I'm totally blanking on who which you guys tagged me, and we were talking about this. We went to the webpage today, and we had kind of different.
Everything's sold out.
Everything's sold out, and was a little pricier than we would normally imagine that this product would be. This is like a weathering. There was a verdigris, a rust, and I forget what the other one was. Mm-hmm. Moss. That's what I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the other one was like a moss, like looking kind of like liquid, that I guess like greened things. And they were all kind of pricey, and it was the only 3 things this person sold.
Yeah.
And all of them were sold out except for one of them. I can't remember which. I think maybe the moss one was still there. Mm-hmm. And you had never heard of this company before, and you run a game store.
Yep.
So what we were talking about is that it can be hard to tell when you look at a picture, like you can't tell
the process that's
taken, used, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because everything on this person's the website led to Instagrams of use of the product. It was all insanely grimy and heavy and super like beyond grim dark, honestly. Like, what is this? I'm sure there's a video game that has this aesthetic of just like creepy aged, and we saw some of the models.
Maybe like a Doom or something. Yeah.
Doom I also know. You named like one of the only other video games I know. Like Silent Hill? Like Silent Hill maybe?
No. Silent Hill is like grotesque. I wouldn't say it's like aged.
Well, but some of the models, like people did, like it was mostly like Nurgle-y stuff like that people used this stuff on, and it did add like this grotesqueness, I felt. Or at least the models were, but again, we can't always tell, right? Mm-hmm. What's doing what. Anyway, I immediately it made me want this product more than ever.
Right.
The fact that it was expensive and all sold out.
That it was sold out, yeah.
Yeah, that it was sold out, and the bottles were like kind of pricey.
Yeah.
And that it was the only thing this person sold. It's like going to like the best donut, you're like from around these. Like, do you go to Stan's? Are you a Stan's person? The donuts?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, okay. Well.
Yeah. I like Chuck's Donuts in Redwood City. They're really good. I like them a lot. But yeah.
It's like going to the donut place and they only make like one kind of thing, and like you pay more than you should. But
that's fair. I mean, or
are they not?
Yeah. I went to this one restaurant that was like, we only make like 20 of these a day, and you have to put the order in ahead of time, and I'm like, oh, it's like $60. And I kind of want it. I want to try it, but I can never justify.
BioShock, that's it. Yes, thank
BioShock
you. Which I never played, but I saw like all the ads and stuff for it, and I was like, yes, okay, thank you. And also, Sarah Esco says, that they have it. You can go lighter on the rust if you apply it lightly. But I'm almost like there's a lot of products you can do that with, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of interested in trying it out. But I don't have plans for a board like this yet. But it's super cool. And well done, by the way, execution of this. A little bit of orc magic. I think this is a, what is it? Adrian loves running this thing. The kill rig.
Oh, it's cute.
Yeah, they're kind of like, it's like if the Dr. Seuss like thing.
Yeah.
From the Grinch, right? Like
That's
with
cute.
with all the different instruments playing.
What are those machines that are like?
Rube Goldberg.
Yeah,
machines?
there you go. Yeah, that kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Like,
Oh man, I was just telling Meg about the time in high school where I got assigned to build a Rube Goldberg machine along with some people, and they didn't help me build it at all. And then when we showed up at the science fair thing, my Rube Goldberg machine was like 2 inches too wide, and I got immediately disqualified.
oh no.
And I was like, oh yeah, the person who. Anyway, long story. I mean, that's basically the story.
That's group projects for you,
Yeah,
though.
it's classic. This looks super cool. I love the different colors going on. I love how guys, I forget what these things are called. The thing pulling it. This is like a type of squig. This thing pulling it actually.
Oh, the little rhino thing.
Yeah, I think is this the type of squig? I think. Oh man, I know.
I don't know. It has 4 legs though.
Oh, maybe not.
Yeah.
Anyway, super cool. Love the colors going on. Okay, this is the last thing. This person is designing this this like board with like this was I think called like Tooth Force or like they just took some really cool pictures.
Is that an actual
jawbone from an actual animal? I don't know.
That's kind of really awesome.
Yeah, there's some potential here. There's again another terrain project. A lot of pictures of this board. And they've like taken these cool pictures of the background. I'm into that. I know you won't always see the terrain in that context, but I still think like the pictures should be cool. Yeah, really nice. Again, yeah, check out the other pictures of these guys on Discord. So lots of cool fan stuff. Hey, Kat, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
About since you always bring guys, I think that's the last one actually. Also, back to Bryce. Yeah, awesome stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I have a question for you. I might use the GW shade. Actually, maybe I'm okay. Never mind. I'm gonna use yellow. I built these up from purple, from a dark purple, and did the titanium ink on top of them. I was gonna see if you have the yellow ink. But
is there yellow ink?
I actually don't think that there might not be, or I probably would have bought it today, or at least they were out of it.
Yeah, the inks are usually on the second thing of my. No, that's. I'm just watching Seth struggle
Randomly go through
with my briefcase here. Yeah. I don't think there's an ink, but there is a clear.
The clear
yellow.
is still a little too opaque, isn't it?
You can try it out.
Let's try it. Okay.
There is a ball in there. I didn't hear it shake, so I would
Uh-oh.
hear it. I would listen for it.
Oh, let's check how this guy's coming along.
Yeah, I'm not super loving it.
Oh, no?
I'm not super loving it. So what I'm doing right now is I'm shaking up some deep violet that I might glaze in on the underneath of him to give some more like variance on his skin. Because he's looking. Maybe I just don't like this color of pink. Maybe I'm just not a big fan of it. But he's just looking to. I don't know. I don't like it.
No?
Not a big fan. What do you think?
I mean, can I see it in
Yeah.
person? I'll go to the front.
We'll swap
front,
interests.
Yeah. I mean, I like it. I don't know. I guess. I like it. I get honestly, like I hate to say this to you, but I kind of want to see the rider on top of it, right?
Oh,
like, and what
okay.
you do with the rider. I feel like I can't judge. I have a hard time just looking at like this and being like, based on this, I feel this way. I want to see the whole thing,
Okay.
including the base. Like, what do you like? It all kind of adds up.
Right.
I like it.
I mean, I feel the same way as well too. Like, I don't want to like hate on it, but maybe, yeah.
I'm not using your clear yellow.
Okay.
It's too yellow. I want like orangish yellow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try this.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
see how it
yeah.
comes out.
So I guess I'll see what it is like with this guy on it. So we'll see. We'll see.
Oh man, kind of weird. Like we both like undertook these processes and
have changed.
yeah, I'm just not sure.
Oops.
I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna do with this. Oh wait, maybe I am liking this. Oh wait, maybe this is it actually. Ooh.
Yeah, I think the writer would change the balance of the piece entirely. Like, because I think right now what I don't like is that it's too pink. It's too much in one direction, which is why I was thinking.
We're gonna go here. I'll go back to this. Yeah.
Which is why I was thinking of glazing in some purple on the underneath of him. But no, I think you're right. I think it's just
like what color would you imagine the rider being, especially based on now that you have the squig done? Like
probably black, like black and purple.
And you get to do his face green and stuff. Well, unless you want to do a different goblin skin tone. His face, his hands sticking out there, right? There's gonna be some.
Yeah,
green.
I might do that yellow, like a yellowish green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like laser yellow.
No.
You're like, no.
No, that'd be cool. Yeah, but I am thinking of maybe like fluorescent bases or something. I'm not entirely sure. I do want the...
Ooh, fluorescent bases.
Yeah, I do want the squigs to stand out. So I might actually desaturate the bases and go with like some grays and some pastel blacks. So we'll see. But yeah, I think yellow goblins would be really cool with like some dark gray cloaks is what I'm thinking.
Oh yeah, like super yeah. Like Corvus black kind of, or like not quite that dark.
Yeah, or just like gray cloaks in general. Yeah. Nothing like super crazy because I do want the squigs to stand out the most.
Right.
But with the rider on him, I don't hate him.
No, I think once the rider, I wouldn't. I'd want to see the rider before I called it. Yeah.
But I am gonna paint inside of his little cattle brand white because I saw Bryce say in chat to paint it yellow, and I don't want to put a million coats of yellow on, so I'll paint the inside white first and go from there.
Nice. Okay, I am doing a little work on some crystal here. I decided to have yellow crystals, folks. So I made the after all the stuff we've talked about today, I was like, yellow and purple, I'm doing it. But I think it'll be okay because...
Well, you're also going to have your models on the base as well, too.
Right, and there's also like this blue teal kind of thing going on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So with everything going on, I think we just might pull it off.
Yeah, I think really the takeaway of tonight's stream is, you're fine to change your mind.
You're fine to change your mind.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very good. Is that from you, or did you make that up?
Yes.
You want to change your mind on that and come clean, or are you gonna? Sounds like maybe.
It did just come out of my mouth right now.
But you're imagining somebody else has said it.
If I got it from something else, then I wouldn't be able to tell you what.
That happens.
Honestly, I kind of like it being white, too. So maybe I'll just keep it white.
What being white?
This little like cattle brand thing.
Oh yeah. But you could like sink any color, and you could sink like an ink in there later or something.
Yeah, if I decide to change my mind, that's fine.
Yeah, you are fine to change your mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna paint his teeth white as well too. And honestly, I might go back and dirty them up. I'm not entirely sure.
Do you think I should gloss this guy? Which I guess I would do after I do a sand. But I might just for testing, might gloss them now. like right? Gloss a crystal, right?
If you want. Sometimes I find that it takes away from your blends.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, and I did do a lot of blending. Yeah, it does. You're right. You're right. She's right. She's right. All right.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's try this out.
Because like Transparator and like any acrylic medium and stuff like that, if you use a lot of it, it tends to make your paints sort of glossy. And so when I find that I'm doing a lot of glazing and it's starting to gloss up and I'm not entirely sure what my blends look like, I will just pop a quick matte varnish on top of everything.
Yeah.
Which I got to do on my Plague Angel. And I keep meaning to, and then I'm like, wait, one more color.
I'm never going to get this crystal to stick to. Okay, let's see. I knew I should have like filed flat the bottom a little bit better.
Oh, is there like a little nub?
Yeah, or like a indentation kind of yeah. But I think it'll be okay. Okay. It's weird. I'm gonna have to like let this stew for a little bit. But I think I'm into this. I'm gonna build this one up and pass it to you in a second here. Oh yeah.
He's looking cute. Okay. I feel a little bit better about him, especially on camera. He looks different than in these like super intense lights and stuff. I might make him a little bit more pastel than what he is right now. I think he's a little bit too intense of a pink, which I'm using intense pink, so that might be it. But
literally called intense pink.
Yeah.
Oh nope, she's not joking. It is.
It is intense
right.
pink. Yeah.
That wasn't a joke.
It is intense pink. So.
Oh, you want to see?
Yeah.
Here we go. I'll pass this to you.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. Yellow and purple. What are you thinking?
Suggestion.
Yes.
Make it a little bit lighter, more towards the top.
I did try to do that. I'll do that. Actually, it shows up a little bit better on this one, I think, because it's the single one. But even lighter, you think?
Yeah. Well, one I would do more of a blend from that up, but yeah, almost like spray in the titanium white ink a little bit, just on the bits here, and then put back your whatever that yellow color that
so
you
I did.
used.
So what I did is I did dark purple. Then I did titanium white. And then I did the ink.
Yeah.
I mean the shade, the Citadel shade. You think do more be more aggressive with the titanium white step, or you're saying now like go back with titanium white like in?
Yeah. So what I do oftentimes when you're working with transparent colors and stuff. It could, when you're
go
putting,
down just a little bit more.
Yeah, just go down a little bit more.
Oh no, sorry. You in the field. There we go. Okay, so people can see.
Yeah. Sorry. Let's have this focus a little bit here.
Oh, it just wants to focus on your awesome squig or my awesome
It just
base.
wants to
It's
focus
just
on
like,
this.
oh.
Here we go. Let's clear the room a little bit more. All right, cool. When you're working with transparent colors and stuff, what oftentimes happens when they start to dry is they get darker as it goes down, if that makes any sense. And so
I see.
What I like to do is do that step that you said before of like spraying in the titanium white, put the yellow in, go back in with your titanium white, and then go back in with your yellow again, because the white on top of the purple is going to be darker than the white on top of the yellow. And so
got it.
When you go back into spray in another transparent color, it's going to be lighter.
All right, let's do it. Actually, let me have that base so I can break that off and fix that one too. Okay, fun. Okay, fun.
Yeah.
Fun. Oh, cool. It came off nice and easy because it was barely on there to begin with. Okay, fun.
Yeah.
Yellow and purple. I would never have done it, but turns out if you put enough weird blues and bluish greens, and it looks kind of wild.
Turns out Lakers have some good ideas.
Yeah, turns out the Lakers were onto something.
You know, you heard it here first, folks.
Okay, here we go. So, I guess I'll just have to redo my edge highlight, but that's obviously fine. Okay, here we go. Excited. How are you doing over there? How you feeling? So probably won't do the rider today. Is that fair? Let's see how are we doing. Yeah, we're getting close to about 2.5.
Yeah, probably won't do the rider today. Honestly, I want to stew on the color scheme a little bit, so I'll wait on that. And then maybe I'll slap some color on the rider and see how that goes. Oh
yeah, this is immediately better. Almost, yeah. I'm still gonna do the yellow again, but I'm like almost just like kind of into how this looks.
Yeah, and I'm actually gonna take out some of my dry brushes really quick, and make this guy a little bit more pastel because I like this pastel pink on him a little bit more than the intense pink.
Man, titanium white. So glad I randomly picked this up today. Kind of into this.
Yeah.
But I will say, slightly different function than the. Oh, actually, I don't know, because it's actually not putting the sheen on this. Why is that? Why did I feel like it put a sheen on the base, but not here?
I don't know. Maybe your crystal is a little bit more textured with the primer that you put on it.
What is this? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I'm not gonna science with cat.
Science with cat. I think that's a great segment.
Science with cat. Okay, here we go. Let's try. Back with the yellow. Oh man. I think just like the problem with yellow and purple together is like it can't just be yellow and purple. You know what I mean?
Because then it'll look like sports.
Yeah, then it'll look like sports, cat. Yeah, if you just have yellow and purple, it looks like sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I ever saw anyone wearing just yellow and purple, I'm like, that guy's into sports.
Yeah, that's a sports guy. Okay, yeah. This is a lot better. All right, fun. Let's make some bases now. Man, very excited to get going on this army. Excited to have bases were actually making me a little nervous, if I'm honest.
Really?
Not nervous, but I was just like, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do. I do still need to add skulls to this, of course. I have my skull kit, so I'm gonna add a bunch of skulls because that's what you do when you play.
Right. I mean, it's 40K.
It's Sigmar.
Oh.
But still.
It's Games Workshop.
It's Games Workshop.
Yeah.
So you add 1 million skulls. Yeah. Fun. Okay. Yeah, Kat, you let me know where you think you're gonna what's a good stopping point for your process for the evening.
Okay.
And of course we'll definitely at some point see the completed thing. But we don't anticipate you finishing the whole thing necessarily tonight. Guess unless you really wanted to. But I'm not going to. I'm going to leave. At some point, I'm just going to leave.
Fair. I have to get on a plane in the morning,
Oh, that's
so
right.
I do also have to leave.
How long is the flight from here to Reno?
Like an hour.
I've only ever driven it.
Yeah, like an hour.
Okay.
Roughly the same amount of time, flight-wise, to get to Vegas. So yeah, it's not so bad.
Yeah.
To do just like a quick day trip thing. The timing of it
Yeah.
could have been a little bit better, but it's fine. I also procrastinated a lot on my piece and
Too much Pokemon, too much Yu-Gi-Oh.
Too much Pokemon. Too much Pokemon. But it's also like I tend to get into my head a lot about things, and I let that get in my way.
So talk to us about what exactly it is that what the competition is.
Oh, the Resin Beast competition?
Yeah. A resin piece competition?
Resin Beast.
Resin Beast?
Yeah. I think it's just you have to paint a creature caster model.
Okay.
And I think that's really just the gist of it. But they do have like different categories that you can enter into. You can enter into like scenic. I think there's like young blood or first blood or something like that, where it's not necessarily. I think they were very specific. Like, it's not necessarily the children's category. It's just if you've never really entered into one of their competitions before, or if you're new to competition painting or something like that. I'd have to go back and read it.
Can't you imagine, like, doing that and you show up and you're an adult and it's all, like, 12 and 13-year-olds and you just feel like the biggest jerk in the world?
Yeah.
So I'm going to win this.
Suck on that, yeah. Yeah, it's a little mean, but... yeah, so I don't think that would make me feel great, right? That doesn't really tell me a whole lot about where I am.
Right.
In my hobby journey, but yes, yeah. So I think it's just like a paint their models well, and I think that's really the gist of it.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, but other than that, I've seen some really cool, like, pictures on Instagram, and I think that's like really what's hitting me kind of hard.
Yeah, like making you nervous, or like.
Yeah, but like the thing is like I don't go to win, like, and I don't know. I just don't want to seem like a fraud. I think a lot of artists deal with imposter syndrome. So I think that's the biggest thing for me. Is I want to be considered a good painter. I don't want to be the best, right? I don't think one that's ever achievable, and
probably not, right?
Yeah,
probably
there's always going to be someone.
The best person. There's somebody better at something than the best person, right?
Like, you should always be wanting to improve as well too. Like it's not like a stagnant thing. But yeah, there's always something about like needing validation.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wait, what's going on over here?
I'm just completely painting them pastel pink. But I'm doing it in a way where the intense pink is still there.
A little bit? Right now we just mostly see the pastel black.
Yeah, I'm doing it in a way where the intense pink is still there. And I'll blend it in as well too, but you can kind of see the intense pink is like in the recesses.
Sorry again, can we get a hand focus?
Yeah.
This is what happens when you paint on stream. Can you go down? Can you move down? Oh,
yeah.
Can you hand focus?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wait, so this is, this is changing it even more though. Mm-hmm. This I think I like even more. And I think like the dark gray, like, or the gray like robe and the greenish yellow skin on the goblin. Yeah, this is gonna look cool.
Yeah, I like it. In person, it's looking really fleshy.
Now, let me ask you, it is Cute Hammer, but he's got a lot of gums showing. You've done these blue gums. Do you see doing like a gloss to make them look kind of slimy, or does that get away from Cute Hammer? Is Cute Hammer just about the color choices? Do we still do slobber? Is slobber cute?
I think
these are the questions,
cute, right? Yeah. You can get a slobbery dog and have it be cute.
Not me. I wouldn't keep that dog. I'm just kidding. But it wouldn't be a cute dog. It'd be a slobbery dog. No, I don't think
it'd be very cute.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think there's any.
You get a slobbery cat and have it be cute.
No.
Yeah.
No, slobbery cat is. No, look, I love cats and dogs. I'm a big fan of cats and dogs. But if you're a slobbery cat or a slobbery dog, you're not cute. And
you should just stop trying.
You're not my cat or dog, I'll tell you that.
Wow.
I just don't think I would get, like, do you pick if you get a slobbery dog? That's a choice. Like, some dogs are known slobbery breeds. They're slobbery breeds, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But cats, I think you just, like.
You just luck out.
Yeah. I guess, yeah. Like, I wouldn't get rid of a slobbery cat, of course. Like, I'm sure I'd love them, but.
Would you, though? I feel like you're saying you wouldn't.
No, of course I would. But I wouldn't choose. If someone was like, hey, I need someone to look after my cat, and it was like a slobbery cat, I probably would like, oh no, oh man.
Oh, I'm busy.
I'm busy that week.
Yeah, forever, sorry. I don't know. I think they're cute, right? I wouldn't want to just slobber on me. Like I wouldn't be like.
If you own a slobbery cat or a slobbery dog, it's gonna happen.
I think I would still find it cute, but then also wash my hands a lot.
I see. Fair point.
So yeah. I guess we'll see. We'll see. I think you can make slobber cute.
Yeah.
But I'm also really into like kind of creepy cute.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So hence why I picked these guys, because they're like covered in like, weird pustules and stuff, but I find them adorable.
Can I show these now that I've lightened them up a little bit? I have 2 of them done here. These are the only 2 crystals I've painted up, so I have to paint the rest of those crystals.
Yeah, I like the lighter.
Yeah.
A lot more.
This is exciting. I'm into these. So this is cool. This actually helps me with another choice to make, which is that the Daughters of Cain have a lot of metal pieces on them, and I wasn't sure what to do, but now I'm thinking it's going to be gold to kind of tie in here, not silver. So it'll be like they've got a lot of pink, magenta, purple, red, black, and then their skin is kind of I don't know, like not like
pallid,
like flush, I think is like the term. It's like pale but pink,
like rosy.
Yeah, kind of like. And I think then gold tied in here will be.
I think
and skulls all over.
It's very interesting that we're painting 2 different armies, but the colors are roughly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. Great.
Yeah, I mean, your army will be done a lot faster than mine will.
Oh, it has to be. I'm like, this is what I have to do for the rest of my March. No, April. This is my April.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also, because of my Plague Angel, have just completely stopped painting my Conquest army.
Oh,
so I got to get to that at some point. One of the managers of the store wants to do like a Conquest.
Like an event.
Yeah, and has been kind of bugging me, asking when I'm going to be like finished painting
when
my.
You have a finished army. Hey, when you have a finished army. Yeah. Now it's kind of like, hey, when you have 2 finished armies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's actually insane to think about because there's a lot of models.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's get a close up here and kind of talk to us about where you're at and what's left to go. I'm anticipating that we'll see these guys down the road. No rush on Kat to finish even the 1, and we know she's got competition painting for the rest of only really 1 week, huh?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to spaz you out, but here we go.
Oh, I like that so much more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
With the rider,
cute.
with the rider, it's gonna be super cool.
It's gonna be so cute.
This pastel up was a good call too because it was looking sort of like pink horror Zinch.
Yeah.
And this like totally breaks that and still looks pink. I love pink and dark gray together. I think that's like a really good combo.
Okay.
Personally, so the robe being gray or something like that.
Some pastel pink, some pastel blue, pastel purple, pastel black.
Pastel black. I do love. That's really what we're talking about, by the way. When we say dark gray,
yeah,
we're talking about pastel black. Yeah. Ty, by the way, real quick, I see you asking. So the 2 of the tufts, the sort of bright blue and lighter blue one, were from Green Stuff World. And then another set of tufts was from Gamma Grass, the alien turquoise color. That looks great. So what's going to be your next step on this thing?
His teeth, doing a little bit more on the armor, figuring out how I want to base them. Because that's the thing. Because
How do you want to base them?
I bought those like little cromlech, like mushroom bits and stuff. I have a bunch of those. But I like your crystals. So I might do some glow-in-the-dark crystals. I also...
and you're going to actually keep them glow-in-the-dark?
Yeah. I also have...
I should just give you these glow-in-the-dark crystals.
UV paints as well, too.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Even though it won't, in person, if I'm playing with them, be glowing, that's fine with me, as long as I can take some really cool pictures or something and just show that off. But yeah, I bought some like chrome white little bits and stuff. Yeah, I think the next thing is I'm gonna figure out the color scheme for the rider, and then I will build and batch paint the rest of them.
Oh my gosh, another color scheme for the rider? Instead of doing a smaller amount of work and getting an army actually paint it, it looks super crazy cool on the rider's color scheme? Okay, I'm going to tell you this, and I don't know you well enough to know if you're going to be like into this or not, and if you are, then I just like put this army back like 3 years. But like, in Alice in Wonderland, like the card people, and they have like the checkered like red and white pattern, like the diamond, like Harlequin red and white pattern. That would look super cool on him, because it'd be like almost like a Valentine's Day, like pink, red, and white. Like that'd be so much work though. You should stick with the gray. But I'm just saying, like red, white, like checkered or red, white. I'm not super into checker stuff. But now I'm thinking that maybe I do want like a pattern on his robe, in a way. I might do like some stripes or something, or maybe like a cute floral pattern would be cute. What if like
some daisies?
What you could do, you could like reserve it for characters like that, like the Arizona iced tea can, like with the like the cherry blossoms thing. Like you could do that. Yeah.
That'd be cute. I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
I'll probably look up some like cute patterns or something.
I guess it's interesting because the choice really here, and it's not we're like talking about how to make it more cute. Like it's also about how to make it look cool, right? And the choice is honestly like if you just do the goblin gray, that's interesting in one way because it kind of allows the squig to come through. And if you say like, hey, I'm also going to make the goblin. Like, what's cute, what's not cute? What about the sickle he's holding? Is the sickle then maybe
gold?
Yeah, the sickle is just gold. Like, what's cute, what's not cute? And what if the goblin's robe is also kind of, is like these like silken floral patterns or something. Like, almost like they have like silk bathrobes on and they're like going out to battle.
Oh, that'd be cute.
Is that too far? Does it make it too busy? Or is too busy good?
Maybe. I do want the squigs to stand out the most, so I might just stick with gray and maybe do like some patterns on some of them. The army painter version of Cat would make that call. Yeah. But the individual model painter of Cat doesn't want to make that call. And I get it. Yeah. So I guess I can mention the other scheme that I wanted to paint these guys. Right. Yeah, I wanted to paint them like they were fruit, and like little different berries. Yeah. And I have a colossal squig. I wanted to paint him to look like a watermelon. Yeah. I wanted to paint these guys to look like this would be a blueberry, and like. Which would have been cool too. It's something, but like I couldn't, for the life of me, figure out how to make that work and how to make it believable that this was like a basket of like fruit. I think all together it would have been cool, but I think separately it just would have looked like a blue squig. And exactly. Like when you saw them like in a unit as an army, it might have kind of looked like a bowl of tricks or something. Other scheme that I came up with, which is even harder, going back to being into Pokemon, would be to sculpt them to look like different Pokemon. Oh my god, that'd be a lot of work. But also really cool. I don't know. I think if I had all the time in the world, I would probably sculpt them to look like different like evolutions or something. That'd be so cute. But I don't have all the time in the world. So we'll see. My main goal with these is to actually be able to play. So I wanted to pick something that I could do. Another thing is like, at some point you'll go to like a little local RTT that does, or like a big one, and want to play, and like that's a painting award you could pick up that you probably otherwise never would. Yeah.
Right. Like, and then you're like, cool. I got best painted at this, like, 100 some, 200 some person not RTT, but like major
GT,
at that point,
yeah.
GT. And it's like, cool. That's like not an award a painter usually wins, right?
Yeah.
Usually a person who plays and can paint well wins that. And that's what you would be that. And you'd be like, cool, I got to win this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of fun.
I think it'd be cool.
Cool. I don't even think I don't think I know what we're doing next week. You won't be here.
No.
Kat will be in Adepticon.
Yep.
So we will be back next week. We will have all the cameras back also for real this time. I guess we shouldn't say that, but I pinned Bridger down to a separate solution on Tuesday. There's like a timer. It's like if Tuesday happens and the computer's not back, what's the fix? So I think we'll be good.
Hopefully.
Awesome, guys. Other stuff coming up. If you haven't on our sister channel, Tabletop Titans, checked out and the pre-recorded battle report that those guys did. Super cool.
It was awesome.
45 minutes of like 40K. Really nice work. And we're excited to hopefully get more of those out soon. And it's a cool way, honestly, to see some of the, like, it's a more in-depth look a little bit at like some of the terrain we've done and the
yeah,
and the
it was very
models.
informative as well too. So
Yeah,
I enjoyed
good.
that.
That's good to hear.
Instead of like, I don't know what's going on.
The people seem
let
to
me
be
watch
having
this.
fun
Yeah.
without me.
Yeah.
Great, guys. As we like to say around here, be kind to each other, be kind to yourselves, and always be creating. See you guys.